Could be because that's where we ended the session, so I
Yeah.
might have been well. Yes, we can do that next session.
Oh. Could me.
You're white, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really see you being very invisible in the forest.
What if
my thought-
I'm
Well, he's invisible to me because I ignore him.
Oh, no.
That's so mean, dude.
Oh.
I'm still a
could-
cat.
I'm
could I use
thinking
my,
that
dirtiness
sneaking up.
to,
Sorry.
to use me being dirty all the time to try and reroll that?
You could just add a +2. That would be enough to be invisible in the forest.
Fair enough. I will do that. And I will have to answer my phone, I'm sorry.
So, what were you saying, Sothkitty?
I was saying that since Hieronymus is so wise and we need something from him, that perhaps sneaking up on him isn't the wisest approach because he's probably not sneak upable again anyway, and he would resent the fact that we tried. It sounds
Well-
like from what you've said about him.
And okay, well, even
I
if
think that Merlio wouldn't listen to that though, since
Yeah.
he's a young kitten and he's not very wise.
well,
Um,
even if it was a good idea to sneak up on him, Dibby wouldn't. So Merlio will of course do what he wants to do because he's a cat and we are difficult to herd. But Dibby at least will sort of prounce right up, and sounds like Thoth will, and I can't speak for Blacktail.
Pardon, I
do you just walk up, or do you try to hide with your furriness, or?
sorry.
I'm back.
No, I actually don't even try to bother, and when I see the oak, I'm going to the oak and scratch my nails at it. Making what's
the
that?
disrespect.
The typical oh, there is furniture. Let's sharpen our claws at it.
Okay.
That sounds like a good idea.
Because it's a big oak and it's very special, so it's very good just for me.
Beautiful. So, basically, Dibby walks up and is polite. Blacktail walks up and scratches his nail. Merlio sneaks up. Why don't you sneak up for me, Merlio?
Sure.
Beautiful.
Woohoo!
Wow.
I got this. I got this.
Oh, nice. Okay. If he notices you, Hieronymus doesn't give any signs of noticing you. He notices Blacktail though. You get the cold, unapproving, blinking stare.
I look straight back and continue.
What do you? Wow.
Sorry.
Well, we're off to a great start. All the way around.
Okay. Well, sure. He's got a very very fierce stare. So why don't you try and resist that? So he's going to intimidate you, or
Okay.
he's provoke you is the word, and you defend against that with your will.
Oh my god, I'm like completely destroyed, right? Wait. Ready? I have nothing in will, like everything is.
It should
So
be a
then
0.
just the base roll.
Yeah, just roll 4df.
Plus 0.
You need to beat a -1, so you'll be okay. Hopefully.
You just need to be average.
Yes.
Roll 4df plus 0, right?
No, you don't have to write out the +0, but yeah.
So roll 4df.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I'll do it.
Okay, you beat him. No problem.
Look.
Perfectly average.
I don't know. Do you want to provoke him?
No. I'm just like doing it because I want to scratch my tail and like act oblivious.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
continue.
why would anybody object?
Yeah.
Just sharpening your nails.
I'm a cat doing cat things.
And you, Thothkitty, what are you doing?
Well, I am trying to approach him
I'm
as.
sorry, you're falling away. We're not
Okay.
hearing you.
I'm approaching him as one elder to another.
Ooh.
Since
Okay.
since I'm a seeker and my nature is more peacekeeping.
Okay.
So
Are you trying to relate to him to create a positive vibe?
yes.
Okay. It sounds like you're trying to use your empathy. So.
Isn't that
you-
reporting?
Oh, report. Right. Sorry. It looks like you're trying to use your report.
Yes.
Thank you.
So,
So when did you roll 4df +3 for me? Your report score.
it's. Do I just press 4DF or
It's
Actually,
/R, then
right? You'll have to remind me
every
single
time.
4D.
Well, it's not super intuitive, but
This, but then with a slash in front.
There's a head on my webcam.
Yeah.
There was a head.
And a pair of glasses on your head.
Like that.
oh, very much so.
Fantastic.
Yeah, sure.
If he was annoyed with Blacktail before, you perfectly calmed his mind, and yes, he looks at you. He kind of ignores the rest of the group, and he says, "So what is it that you have come here to do, Thoth?"
I and this pack of wild kittens have been disturbed by certain occurrences in the village where we reside. It seems the rats are up in arms and have formed strange alliances to
rats,
sow
yes.
seeds of discontent and malevolence. He's
Well,
really packing on the elder charm.
I'd be willing to help you, but knowledge comes at a price. And in this case, I really need a piece of glowing moss. It grows at the edge of the woods.
At this point, I probably even forgot why I'm that I'm invisible and just say why the fuck. Oh, so not that, but why would an owl need moss?
Hieronymus like blinks his eyes, which basically in his case mean like there's somebody there. And oh, we see him. Okay, awesome. And
Well, it glows. It must be pretty, right?
he turns his head to look at you. Says, what would he say? I find it so hard to play out these kind of characters. He's supposed to like never speak straight and never like give you a straight answer.
He should be trying to look not surprised, you know, to keep his dignity and his pride.
Yeah, well, I mean, he only blinked, so he
Fair
was going to answer your question, but I'm not sure what he was going to say.
Not everybody needs moss.
Yeah,
My
let's
affairs
say
are none of your business.
let's say he says that goes a little above your head.
Or maybe just in the fullness of time, all will become clear, or something like that.
Oh yeah, that one. Okay, I'm going with that one. In the
Okay.
fullness of time, all will become clear, young one.
That doesn't make any sense. I'll say. What?
He turns away and looks at Fuss Kitty. So, will you collect this moss for me?
We will do our best, good sir.
I like moss.
You guys, we need information from him. So, if we want that, doing this small favor is not such a big thing. And he's an owl. His needs are different than ours.
Well, yeah. Mouse brains. Ick.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
So,
Oh, mouse brains. Ick.
mouse brains?
Yeah. It's a owl delicacy. Like they in general they eat mice and other rodents, but when they have more food than they need, they'll like just eat the brains.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're so
That's some
wild.
serious owl knowledge.
Okay. What's it with mouse brains? That owl asks you.
What's it with mouse brains?
Yeah. What were you saying?
Oh, Jimmy just said in reply to needing needing different things. She said mouse brains. Ick. Because
Okay.
yeah.
Fair enough. I don't know. If I was a cat, I wouldn't say no to a mouse brain. Then again, I
Well,
wouldn't say
yeah,
no to
normal
most of
cats
the mice
wouldn't.
either.
Why would you?
Exactly.
Because Dibby likes kibble.
Yes. Kibble is good. Maybe
Fair
some
enough.
wet food.
I don't think she gets that very often.
Yeah, probably not.
So, are you guys going to collect the moss, or are you going to do something else?
Where's the moth?
It's glowing moss. It grows at the edge of the woods, and it must be collected at twilight, which is roughly around now.
Okay.
But that's time for a nap, isn't it?
I'm
The owl looks at you sternly and says, "Will you ever learn?"
I know a lot of things already.
He's been born intelligent, and stop using my sharpening my nails at the oak and like start rubbing myself at the tree.
nice.
The owl looks at you and says, "Would you mind?" He composes himself again after that very direct outbreak and turns to Merle and says, "There is to know, but then there is also not to know."
I'm bored of you. I'll go do something else, and I'll jump off the wherever I was.
I presume you were sitting on a
Yeah.
branch somewhere in the oak.
Yeah.
So, time to look for some moss, I guess. I look into the rest, which didn't jump off yet, and look like waiting if there's any kind of reaction.
And Dibby just bats her eyes at the owl and heads off towards the edge of the forest.
Yeah.
Okay, as you
Wait,
guys,
as we head out, I'll just turn around and suddenly thinking about realizing that this guy has wings, and say, wait, so if you have wings, does that mean you can catch those flying mice?
You mean the ones we met at the bridge?
Yeah, right.
the owl says everything is relative.
Burrow is just rolling his eyes and just turning around again and walking.
Okay.
the,
I'm
the owl
like,
outdoes you by rolling its head around.
shall we, children?
Yeah. Yeah, as a player, there are so many snarky things I'd love to say, but Dibby just wouldn't. So
All these missed chances.
yes.
Don't worry, you can play an evil character next time.
Okay, excellent.
So as you guys paw through the forest, a mist comes setting on, and in the beginning it's just a little bit misty, but soon you can't see a paw in front of your face if you'd hold it up.
Imagine how fluffy Blacktail is in the humid weather.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do I notice anything abnormal or unnatural about the fog?
Now that you say it, it is eerily quiet. Every step you put down on the leaves, you hear them crackle, and every time you flinch from the little sounds that you make.
we should
This
stay
is
close
very,
to each other.
very strange.
Well,
so
it's
his
supposed,
hackles are starting to rise.
well, it's supposed to be dangerous, right? But I don't see anything dangerous, so it's probably okay.
Yeah, but just stay close to each other because we can't see each other, so we might lose each other if we get too far apart.
In the distance, you see the mist glow in an eerily green fashion.
Domino, everyone.
There is the mist.
And it has fangs.
Oh, she's a sweet little girl. You see why?
Yeah,
I
her
think
her
she-
personality is sort of like Dibby's. It's very similar,
Aw.
except she's vaguer. So it looks like we're going the right direction. Everything's working out.
I still don't know why this guy would need moss. Be it shiny or whatever, or
Well,
glowing.
it glows.
Well, we never know why you think I was hungry when I used your spider you for our great escape. So
I was already out when you did this. And my poor spider.
Mm.
And
Yes,
by the
but
way, I'm still having the mourning my spider because I'm healing my consequence. So this is a good point to mention
No.
it.
Oh, and also, out in the forest, it's probably about the only thing that's soft to lie on. Moss. So,
Maybe
it could be
he's
for
having
bedding.
trouble sleeping.
Perhaps the moss has healing properties.
What?
Perhaps the moss has healing properties.
Oh, was Hieronymus injured? We should help.
maybe it lures in spiders.
Or
Like,
something better.
Or maybe he just wants to see if we'll do it in exchange for the information so that he can find out how important the information, getting the information is to us.
Yeah, well, sure, but all I think was like we can act like, oh, he's not going to tell us, probably, right? And we're gonna just get what we want if we bring him the moss. So I'm trying to look around for if I see the moss somewhere where it could be.
Well,
You guys,
hopefully it's glowing through all this fog.
you guys have the strange feeling that many a cat before you has had this discussion about why Hieronymus wants what he wants. And yes, you see a green glow in the mist in front of you, and as you approach the glow, you find out that it is indeed the moss you were searching for.
Excellent.
Wonder-
Now, how do we get it back?
We bite some off and then we walk back and
Yes.
spit it out in front of his tree.
Since
Yes, sir.
it's glowing moss, Top Kitty has some question as to whether the phosphorescence that causes it to glow could be poisonous to cats.
That sounds like
Would
you're
that be
trying
lore?
to use your knowledge of the cat lore. So why don't you give me for the F plus, what is your lore? 2. For the F plus 2.
Two.
You haven't heard of moss glowing or not being poisonous. You haven't studied this specific species though. But you think there's a pretty good chance it won't be.
Won't be, you said?
There's a pretty good chance that it won't be poisonous.
Well, Dibu will start digging some up, but she pauses often to clean her paws.
Can I like investigate the place if I see random things which are dangerous to cats? Or
Of
like
course.
see dead cat corpses or anything which is unnatural?
You could. Go ahead. Ooh. You stare into the mist a while and it's all white around you. But then, off in the distance, you notice 2 red pinpricks.
2 what?
Red pinpricks. Little
What's
red
that?
dots.
Oh.
Little red lights.
Laser pointers.
Could be. They're coming closer.
I'm like going into this hunting position. I'm like, "Psst, look at that, and like try to like go into this. Check that out.
So,
And I'm trying to make everybody else like notice it. Either go fast or we're gonna have something to hunt now.
so Dibby looks up when you say laser pointer, and looks at the red lights, and you can see her thinking. She's like she wants to go play with the red lights, but figures she should finish what she's doing first.
What do you mean play? We have to catch this thing. It's one of every cat. What it's the goal of every cat to catch a red dot.
One of these days.
I'm totally just getting into like what's the word, prowling and
Mhm. Hunting position.
walking slowly towards the dots.
Well, I'm like going backwards to it, but like still in this crawling position where I want to jump at it.
Yeah, even Thoth's ears prick up and his tail starts to twitch.
Um, as the little red dots come closer, you notice that the thing that is owner of the dots seems to be quite big, and it
And
growls a little.
I
Are we
go
picking
push.
up any smell?
What do you do? Like, do you run away or do you run at it? Blacktail?
Oh,
I
sorry.
run away.
You run away. The thing leaps forwards, and all of you see a gigantic hellhound with fiery red eyes, slime dripping from its mouth, leaving little fiery holes in the ground. And it roars at you, and you can feel like the wind from his roar like blows the mist apart a little. And he looks at you guys. What are you gonna do?
Are we used to seeing something similar to that, or I mean,
No.
okay.
I'm like thinking like maybe like ghost and something, but not like a fire.
I mean, you've
Throwing.
heard tales of hellhounds and creatures alike, but you've never seen one in your life. Most likely.
I'm like, Dibby, go faster!
Are there trees?
Yeah, you're at the edge of the forest, so there's plenty of trees around.
Tree.
As
Okay.
I was walking towards it, when I realized it's that, I'll do one of those, when cats just lay down and they do a like 10 feet jump words without anything, without any without running or anything. I'll do that and go into a tree and hard. Basically, I'll try to jump like that on a tree or something, because that thing startled me.
Okay. Let's see if you guys are fast enough.
The thing is like, how fast is this moss getting off as well? And
You can grab a mouthful. I presume at least Dibby, who was already digging it out, can easily grab a mouthful of moss and.
okay, I was
Before she
planning to
dashes
run
off.
around a tree or something till it's done. Yeah. So, what is it? Athletics or?
Yeah, it looks like athletics. Yeah. Yeah, make it athletics.
All of us, or
Yeah, all of you, unless you're not trying to run.
Ooh.
I am trying to run like the moment I saw what it says.
And okay, so we can all tell if we don't run immediately, it's just gonna hit us.
It does look not very friendly, yeah. And Mirko, actually, I think you can add a +2 to that because you saw it coming with your investigate.
Ah, okay. So do I need to re-roll or do?
No, just say that it's a 3.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Thoth Kitty showing his age.
Oh. Um. Well, can I tell that at least one person isn't going to be able to get away in time?
Sure, you can see that Thoth Kitty is a bit slow.
Okay. So rather than running, I am going to attempt to change size.
Ooh.
Uh,
Can just
say.
imagine Rodeo growling. "Row, row."
Okay, so that's, I guess that's a shaping roll.
Yeah.
Let me see, are there any?
Does it say how hard it is?
It does. I don't have the book open, but there are like specific rules for how big it can grow based off of how many shifts you get.
Yeah. I'll say for now that a good result is good enough.
Okay. Well, yeah.
So yeah, you describe what you look like. Are you just a same cat?
So
but
yeah, I'm
bigger,
not. I'm just growing rather than changing to look like something else.
Okay.
And I just say, hi. I don't want to like be in a fight or anything, but you shouldn't chase Thoth Kitty. It's not very nice.
Okay.
And okay, let me try and pull up the book because
Well, you can try to,
how much I grow sort of matters.
you can try to distract the Hellhound from Thoth Kitty, but then he's gonna come after you.
Okay.
Can I, like, when I see this, can I try to stealth? And after it's stealth, because it's like distracted, I'm planning to like furball cannon dash at it and like be like an additional distraction. Because Dibby is the one who has the moss, right?
Yeah.
So when it's going to, like, my attempt is when it's like chasing Dibby, I'm trying to stealth and like look where it's like going, and then like the moment when it's like getting close or something, then I'm like charging at it and like trying to jump at its back and try to like use my freshly sharpened claws to hold myself and ride it and like go and just like furball cannon out of the mist onto it.
Okay. Sure. You can try doing that. So let's see.
But I'll wait till the last moment, like the very last moment
It
before.
sounds like you're trying to complete a challenge, a combination of skills. So you're trying to be stealthy because you want to like appear at the last moment, and then you're trying to be athletic. And to jump on him, and let's see, maybe you're trying to deceive it into like paying attention to you rather than Dibby.
Exactly.
So go ahead and do those 3 for me.
Okay, so it's 4df plus 1 is the first one.
And that would be the stealth, right?
Yeah, the stealth.
You rolled 4D.
Yeah, 4df, but the 1 is like what
Yeah.
he's looking
Yeah, you
for.
need a plus.
Oh, so yeah, it's excuse me. For changing size, it's 2 shifts per per move on the size chart.
Okay.
So I am going to spend a fate point to for calling on because I am a shaper.
Yeah. Well, this
Uh,
thing is as big as a horse.
Big as a horse. Holy
Yeah.
crap!
Okay. So do I need to reroll this, right? For the F+1 thing?
Yeah. You need to re-roll it.
For the F+1, then the other one is +0 because it is the athletics. And the
Okay.
last one is deceive, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I have deceived twice.
Take the highest. And put something else in the place of the other one.
So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I do make it to human sized,
Very
but
well.
it'll still be really bad if it hits me.
It's still bigger than you, but
Yeah,
you're quite
considerably.
close to it.
Okay. So,
I probably get wrecked by 4-ball canceling it, but
you definitely managed to turn yourself into a throwable cannon, but you're not very stealthy. You're not incredibly fast, and you're a little bit deceitful. Like he looks at you for a moment,
like, oh,
and then he opens his gigantic jaws and puts his head in the position like where you're aiming. Like, okay, fly at me. So he grabs you with his fangs and shakes you around like you're a little kitten.
oh my god.
Okay.
And he inflicts a minor consequence on you.
Is this like an additional consequence?
If you already have a minor consequence,
I
then
have a severe consequence.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh.
Wow.
okay. Well, this
Well,
is
it
a
was
minor
a severe
consequence.
mental one,
So
wasn't it?
this is an
Yeah,
addition.
it was the mental one.
Okay, this is a physical one, and this one is minor. So, this one takes a scene to heal after you've started healing. So it's a lot less severe. Something like, roughly shaken or scratched and bruised or something like that. After that, he loses interest in you, but he did buy DB a little time.
I'm like when I'm getting shaky, I'm like, run!
Okay, I'm gonna try and if I can take an action again. I don't know. Can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You even get advantage on like trying to get away.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and jump on its back because
Okay.
there's other people who still need to get away, and you know.
You have the moss!
You know the trees around
Remember
them.
the mission!
We
Is
are
this a
not
good
being
time?
very smart cats. That huge thing probably can't climb, you know.
Is this a good time to use?
Fourth Kitty was climbing in the tree, and I
Oh.
presume that by now he managed that since everybody was busy distracting to give Fourth Kitty a head start. So Fourth Kitty is already in a tree.
Is this a good time to use the we're a lot alike stunt? Maybe to reason or make him back off from attacking everyone?
What did you say? You were hard to
Oh.
hear.
Is this a good
Fine.
time to use the we're a lot alike stunt to make him back off attacking everyone?
Let me see what that stunt did again. I remember that you. I think that was used to create an advantage for yourself rather than to do something.
Oh, and for jumping on its back, would that be fight or athletics?
Athletics by the look, unless you're trying to inflict damage.
I guess athletics. Because I'm more trying to distracted in a way that won't necessarily get me killed, rather than trying to hurt it, which pretty much won't work. Oh, that's not
Wait,
great.
I think I can.
Okay, so I'm looking at the we're a lot alike, and you can definitely do it now. Basically, what it does is you get some kind of bonuses against it that you can then use on your later rolls. So you can definitely use the stunt right now, and then you get a free +2 on 2 upcoming rolls, or yeah.
I think I can help out. I just realized I have a stunt that I haven't been using. I can manifest temporary bridges, gantries, or ramps of pure force that let you climb to otherwise inaccessible places. You can power to overcome relevant obstacles or to create advantages related to being in a weird or unexpected position.
Ah,
That
So
sounds
that's
pretty
one of the
useful.
warding magic stunts.
Yeah.
So I can try and create like a small bridge thing for maybe to be able to climb up, which would also stop the dog from
Okay, but let's
hound
do
from doing it.
Thothkiddy's we're a lot alike thing first.
Sure.
How do I do that?
So you roll your investigate skill, and then I defend with the Hellhound's will. Ooh, the Hellhound was very successful. You need to beat a 6.
And then I do plus my wit. Investigate, you
yes.
said? Okay. I got a 4.
That is not enough, but maybe you can use one of your aspects. Do you have any aspects that relate?
I'm guessing yes.
The fact that you're an elder could give you this little extra mental advantage because you know him well, which means that you could get a +2, which means that you'd meet his result, which means you'd succeed, but at a cost. So, for instance, instead of 2 free bonuses, you only get 1.
Okay.
Or if you want both of them, then you take some other kind of cost.
Okay. I think we'll go
We
with
can't
the
hear you.
one bonus. I think we'll go with the one bonus.
Okay. What this description of the stunt says is that if you succeed, each one of you gains one of the other's aspects until the end of the scene. So you gain an aspect of this Hellhound, and the Hellhound gains one of your aspects.
Can I choose which one?
Sure.
Okay, I want him to be peaceful.
Nice.
Okay. Sure. Why did I close that? That was not meant to be closed. So the Hellhound is peaceful, and you get a 1 free use of that aspect. So that means that, like, if you're trying to convince him to be peaceful, then you can say, like, hey, well, you are peaceful, and then you can get a +2 on your roll. And you are secretly a fiery soul.
Okay. So what does that mean?
So that's an aspect that you have until the end of the scene,
Ah.
and you can spend a fate point to use it, or he can spend a fate point and use it against you if that's what he's trying to do, etc. It's just an aspect that you have now for the rest of the scene. Who is now? Oh yeah, Merle. Merle, go ahead and build invisible bridges.
Basically, the thing is, it said that that's how in the book. I mean, that's how cats get in places where where it makes no sense for anything to be there.
Mhm.
They have magical powers and they just go up places, and it's very crucial that these powers not be used in front of burdens, because then they will know.
Okay. Well,
Can't
this
have
is
that.
not a bird.
It's it doesn't say I have to roll, but I'm guessing I have to roll my wording.
You succeed, no problem.
And there's going to be like dirt and everything all over the places I built, because that's just my style.
A very dirty, invisible bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the invisible bridge, does it say that if it gives him an advantage or that he just succeeds?
It just says it makes objects that let you climb to otherwise inaccessible places.
Okay. You don't even have to roll then, Debbie. You can just walk up onto his
Just
back.
walk
Okay.
like a boss.
Okay. So, does it still have a hold of Blacktail, or did it just?
No, Blacktail is lying curled up on the ground beside it, and it's now turning its attention to you.
Okay. So I'll just kind of I'll say uh, hi, I'm here. Actually, maybe we can get along. And I'll kind of dance around on its back.
It roars at you. You're kind of blowing your hair backwards. It's like,
But
hi,
it's not
we can get
peaceful
along.
now.
Roar.
I mean, shouldn't it
What?
be
What did you
peaceful
say, Phil?
now?
Well, we could call upon that aspect for advantage, but it doesn't necessarily change how it has to act.
How?
Yeah. So when you're trying to make it do peaceful things, you can call upon its peacefulness. But it does, like, it probably would be a little calmer right now than it was before. And a little gentler, like, because that just makes sense story-wise. But game technically, it doesn't have to do anything different.
I mean, ultimately, I'm hoping that it will see reason and just let us leave without rending us to bloody cat
Well,
bits.
you could try using report against it to convince it to leave, and then you could use the fact that it's peaceful to gain a bonus to that.
Speaking of peaceful,
So, Blacktail, you should probably get to a tree.
I'm like, because you're on the back of this thing, like, then give me the moss. We need to get the moss there.
Okay, but the I will once we're both in the tree.
Okay, sure, and I'll try to leave then and say it's on you.
It lets you limp away peacefully. What did you call your consequence, by the way?
I didn't actually because I had no idea.
What did it
It's
do?
what is it? It's like a bruise or something, right?
Yeah, scratches and bruises or things like that. Thoroughly shaken, since you were literally shaken, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, I'm
Or you know,
I'm
demonic
walking.
corruption.
I'm walking.
Mild
Ha-
demonic corruption.
Trouble walking straight.
Yeah, trouble walking
Limping.
straight, limping a bit. I'm like,
Yeah, something like that.
yeah.
Just give it a nice name.
For you, probably being no dirty would be a consequence.
Less like
my fur is all up in tangles.
yeah. Like
I have one of
my
those sticky things in my fur. Oh no.
yes.
Slimy fur.
like my fur is already not anymore. It's like got filthy. Filthy fur because all of this running and like cannonballing
We're
and
doing
running in the mist and additional.
Oh, Blacktail. What Blacktail does to save you guys, huh?
You know,
Purifies
for
his fur
a
and
fate
everything.
point, for a fate point, I would be willing to be a true chaser and chase dots.
Sure. Totally. I'll give you a fate point.
So I remember the two red dots were in front of the huge thing that just almost killed us, but
Yes.
you know, it's the red dots, so we have to go and catch them.
Yes.
And I realized it was very stupid for me to run from it because I should be running towards it. And I jump off the tree I was on, and you know, basically go and chase it.
Okay. So what do you like? Kind of like jump up against its like face and like jump on its nose and be like sitting there with like your legs spread, like trying to hold on to it.
Well, I'm probably even ignoring the huge beast that's that has the glowing eyes. I'm just trying. I'm just looking at directly into its face, into its eyes, and trying to, you know, figure out where they would go so I can kill them.
Okay. Well, I guess the huge beast has found a new victim. And it picks you up from your tail with its fangs carefully, and then shakes its head and flings you into a tree. It's a little more peaceful.
I'll be a cat and not and obviously land on my feet and not
Okay.
hit the tree, of course.
Okay. Sure.
And try to look still dignified. You know, I'm completely sure I did the right thing, and my back hurts like hell. But you know, I'm just trying to walk away from the situation without looking like I did something stupid.
Okay, so
You know,
You meant to
like
do
after
that.
running into a window and hitting my face, and you know, after that you have to walk like a boss because.
it sounds like you're trying to do two things. First, you're trying to be athletic to avoid, being rammed into a tree. And then second, you're trying to deceive everybody. So go and do
Basically.
those things.
That's my athletics.
Ooh.
And the deceive going to be a bad.
Okay, so you see this tree coming up, and you panic a little, and like you swing your tail and your paws around and flail through the air, and maybe even let like a tiny little cry out. You're pretty sure nobody heard it, but you managed to land on your feet. What do you do in the meantime, Dibby?
Well, I was gonna just hop off again since Moko's getting, or Blacktail's getting away, but then then there's Merle's master plan. So I'm going. Let me see.
Don't find the random guy in my room.
It's a TV.
I guess I'm going to cause further distraction by running up to use the thing's head as a jumping off point to the tree.
Okay. Maybe you can try to help Dibby there, Thoskiddy,
Yes.
by trying to reason with the beast and to try and leave you alone.
Okay. Give me a
You know,
moment
distract it
thinking
a
of how
little.
to.
We can't hear you.
Oh. How to distract him?
We can talk to it about how peaceful in nature
Ah.
it is. Tell it that it really wants to do other things with its life.
You know, you don't have to be so violent all the time. Look at you. You've got size. You've got strength. You've got this wonderful, beautiful forest that you're living near, and you don't have to go out and kill everything to prove that you're tough. We already know that you're tough and scary. You can just be at ease and at peace within yourself and your own strength. You don't have to prove anything to anyone.
Okay.
And look, where's the honor in killing a little kitten like Dibby?
No.
Well,
I'm
kind of a
your
big one,
eyes.
right?
I'm sure that will convince it. Why didn't you give me a report roll? So that's 40F plus 3. But in this
Okay.
case, you can use. But you can decide that afterwards. You can use the fact that he's peaceful.
Okay.
First, give me 40F plus 3.
Oh no.
Not so much.
But you've got a free use of the aspect that.
This would be a good time for that.
It would be a great time. I'm not sure if free invokes can be used for rerolls, but go ahead and reroll it. Sounds like a smart idea.
Just
Oh damn!
well.
I'm rolling way too well. You needed to beat a 5.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you could have made it technically if you hadn't rolled 3 minuses. But no, he doesn't seem very convinced. And he's still going after Dibby.
Okay.
So what were you doing, Dibby?
So I'm trying to jump to a tree. Again, using its foolishly using its head as a launching point.
Sure, go ahead.
Alrighty. That's athletics again.
Yes.
Okay.
You need to be good at it. Beat
Okay.
this guy.
Go.
Ooh, barely. Succeed at a cost?
Well, the cost that immediately comes to mind is dropping the moss, but that sounds bad. So, how about the cost of using a fate point for it to underestimate me because I'm perceived as frivolous?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
So, you try to jump on its head, but in the last moment, it moves its head a little because it was trying to look at what the thing on its back was doing. And you stop like just a moment before you jump. But it looks at you. But then you make a second start, and this time you do it right. And he was not expecting you to straight away go for it again while he was looking at you. So you completely caught him unawares and jumped on its head and into a tree and made it to safety.
And
I
I'll
believe
say,
everybody's in a tree now.
bye, Mr. Hellhound. It was nice visiting with you.
The hellhound growls and
I growl back.
walks off into the mist. And
Stop,
moment
kitty. Sorry.
later, the mist itself fades, and the birds start to chirp a little, and it seems a normal evening, like nothing happened.
Soft kitty licks Dibby's head.
So yeah, you guys survived the hellhound.
Yay.
trying
Do we
to
have
not
moss?
survive it.
After very hard trying not to survive it. Like, hey, let's oh, I'm in safety. Let's go back and start hunting a red dot. Oh, I'm safe. You know what? Let's jump on its back. Oh, I'm safe. Let's cannonball myself at it. Okay, sure.
I mean, cats aren't afraid of it. They're just masters of everything. So
Being chaotic. So yeah, you guys got away with your moss. And
what does it taste like?
Uh, dirt, mostly.
Mostly mossy.
Yes.
when you deliver it to Hieronymus, he says, "You have learned a lesson, I see." Looking at Blacktail specifically.
I go back and sharpen my claws at his tree.
You should
Like-
look at him in a mean way.
If an owl could look smug, then this one is definitely looking smug. So what is it that you wish to know?
Truly, what was it?
We want to
I
know.
forgot.
We want
I
to
believe
know
you want to
if
know
there's any reason that you're
somehow
aware
to
of.
deal with whatever was in the mine or something like that, or more information about what was in the mine.
Well, we saw what was in the mine, but yeah. Then we actually found out that
You went to the Burning Ghosts.
yeah. Then we went out to the Burning Ghost, and there was like we had to find something which will relieve the Burning Ghost.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
grandfather.
believe I told you guys what that was.
Like he stole
Nuggets.
something. Yeah, nuggets, right?
Silver nuggets.
Silver nuggets. So we had to find out where the silver nuggets are
Okay.
and to bring them back. Will they really do what it needs to do?
Okay, so there are 4 silver nuggets. He tells you, and this is hard because there's been like 2 weeks in between, and trying to remember
Yeah.
what I told you guys or not. So there's 4 silver nuggets, and the wild one can identify one of the young ones that have taken the nugget.
what?
The wild one. Another.
And I guess if we ask who the wild one is, that'd be another question.
Well, you can try asking. Another nugget thief can be identified by the one with the black cape. The other two, one of them lives close to a wise cat, and another one is part of a big family.
Thoth, one of them was right by you all along?
I'm sorry, repeat.
Thoth, one of them was right by you all along? One was by a wise cat?
So those were the 4 clues. One is part of a big family. One lives close to a wise cat. One is known by the black cape, and one is known by the wild one.
Could the wild
If you
one
ask
be
him
that
any further
pharaoh?
questions, he will just ruffle his feathers indignantly and look at you in the sense of, "Didn't you get it by now?"
We're asking for answers, not for hints.
Could the wild one be
And I
that feral
squinted
cat
this
we
all.
encountered?
Could be.
Are they
Well, that'd be
supposed to be us?
You could, if you want to try to figure out the meaning behind the words of this wise isle, empathy would make sense. To try and see what he means in his mysterious words.
Hold on, let me get rid of that. Hold on. Sorry.
Empathy or
Oh,
rapport? No,
Empathy.
Just a moment.
I would try to remember if, or not remember, but kind of compare if this makes, if this sounds like something someone around the house I live in has told me about.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Kind of like not a lore check, but I'm trying to use my territory with
Okay.
for my aspect, not aspect, but
Yeah.
something.
You can do that.
Okay.
my role was empathy.
I can't see your rolls. That is a problem. Hold on. Let me type something. Usually shows up if I type something. Just tell me what your role was.
I
Blacktail.
had a 1 in empathy.
You had a 1. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now they show up.
Huh, I thought I rolled but didn't come through.
So, Thoth, you rolled the slash and the R in the wrong order, and
Oh, okay.
the 4 as well should be. It should be slash R 4DF plus 1, like this. So Blacktail, you know that the way what was his name? Fuscus the bat holds his wings, kind of makes it look like a cape. Bit of a leathery black cape. Cloth Kitty. You're not entirely sure. Sure, this cat was wild, but so is Merle. I guess it's more wild than most cats, you know. Could be. Merle. Just the other day. Which animal was it? One of the animals. Said something about you guys being a big family.
What?
One of the animals in the House of Wonders. Just the other day mentioned something like, "Aren't we just a big family?" Which animal
It
was
was
that?
one of the newly hatched chickens.
Ah,
They were impressed by how many of them there are. There are.
okay. Well, that is what you will hear, and that's what it reminds you of when Hieronymus says that.
Oh, and it looks like you're losing sync.
Okay, I'll refresh. Probably
Those were
because I
the
had a
clues for the
disconnect.
4 silver nuggets, right?
Yes.
Wait, the owl? You mean the owl, or you mean the bat?
Fuscus is the bat.
Yeah, Fascus.
And Dibby, are you trying to figure out what the hints mean?
Sure. Probably, is that investigate or was it lore?
Empathy.
Empathy.
Okay.
Okay. You definitely think Thothkity is very wise.
See, I told you that one of the nuggets was by you after all along.
And I didn't remember. I don't know if you remember Thothkity, but it'd be kind of a problem if you didn't. You did a scrying last session where you
that's
tried to predict a horrible event.
Yes, that was death and soon.
And it was related to a girl that lived in the street.
Oh dear. So do I just suddenly remember that scrying?
Well, you know, no, I'm just remembering you as a player that you did that last session because you might have forgotten.
I did. Until you reminded me.
So what do you guys do?
But speaking of wisdom,
I'll also mention that big family sounds like what this little chick was talking about. So probably it has to do something with the birds in my house. I mean, I don't think so, but Merle probably would.
so one thing I do remember is that my people work with that silver metal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. So should we go there first, or should we go talk to Fuscus? I like Fuscus.
Is there someone you don't like?
I don't think so.
Maybe evil cats.
Or something that tries to murder you when you're on top of it?
Yeah, I don't like it when people try and attack each other. So that wasn't very nice with the. But I don't know. The hellhound could have been meaner.
That sounds like a great time to take a 5-minute break.
Yeah.
Sure. I need
So
to restart
we're
my router anyway.
going to Fuscus, but then before we're going to Fuscus, I want to go home first.
Yeah, what about Gibby's person?
Poor
My
guy.
My 4 needs attention.
Soft Kitty licks his head.
So
I just let the
Um,
dirt kind of get dry and just don't clean it.
yeah.
It'll
So
take care of itself.
let's meet tomorrow before we're going to hunt for those pieces. I want to rest a whole day and a whole night. And we're gonna meet back at our counselor's place. Then we can go to Fuscus. How about that?
Okay.
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 Alright.
Then let's take a 5-minute break
Yeah.
to go.
And then I'm going
Okay.
to stagger off into my burden's place.
Oh,
Get
and
all
when we get back, I would like to nose around my burden's place to see if I see anything among those metal nuggets that they have that looks like it might be something related.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that when we get back. Say hi to your mushroom, Mitko.
Okay.
All right. So be back in 5. Chat, please stick around. We'll be back shortly.
So what is
In a bit.
this?
User in your channel timed out.
nom 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 nom.
Mm-hmm.
How did the healing work? Like, I know that like my mental weakness, I cannot get healed this at all, but
Mhm.
the other one, how was it to get like my
So you
wounds?
need to start healing. Usually you do that with the help of somebody else, like somebody patches you up, for instance, one of the other players. And then you change the name of your thing to show that it is healing. So, you know, trying to untangle my fur or whatever, or fur is recovering or whatever. And then it lasts one scene, and after that it's recovered.
And I cannot try to do that myself.
You can, but it's twice as hard. So somebody else would need a 2 to succeed, and you'd need a 4 in case of a mild consequence.
Okay.
Bunnies are sitting there looking at me. Why you no bring us food? We want food. You're eating. Why can't we eat?
Fuscus. So we have Fuscus, we have Thought Kitty, and what was it? The other two? I forgot.
Merle, you?
Meryl, you
It's
had
big
something?
family.
Yeah.
And the wild one.
And we don't know where the wild one is.
Thothkady presumed that it was the cat you met the other time, the abandoned cat.
Bandit.
Bandit, yes.
Maybe I can tell him to get more food this time. A feeling that this adventure is not going to end tonight still.
It might.
Might, it might not. Depends on like how fast we are in retrieving all the other four what is it? Silver nuggets.
You guys spend a lot of time having fun with the Hellhound.
Well, everybody tried to sacrifice himself for everybody, so
Throwing themselves at the Hellhound.
the question was like, what will happen if we would have left our other one behind? So
Who knows?
who knows? Yeah, did you know that Adam Koval is like sometimes like a very big sadist?
Mhm.
Because he actually
Sadist.
a sadist. Because in one of his shows there was
You said in one of his shows there was, and then your microphone stopped working.
here are two options. One of those two options is like the worst possible outcome, and your situation isn't like bad at all, so you don't know how the worst will look like. And the other one is like still bad but not the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, you could clearly see the curiosity, like, how can you turn this possibility bad? And, well, the other thing is, like, it's just a matter of pride, so I could actually just do whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, yeah, well, you can choose. And then he was like, yeah, I will choose, like, the less worse, but I want to know in a different reality how it is. And he was like, no. Either you go for the worst, or I will take the secret into my grave. You will never find out whatever will happen. Like, you could see they're struggling so hard to find out, like, the other result. And he was like, yeah, if you want to, you have to suffer. Like, you could see, like, yeah, I know you want this, and I know I want to do this to you, so you have to take it.
And did they?
Huh? Yes.
And what was it?
Um,
They
like
died?
the situation they were in was somebody's famous and tried to, like, I'm famous and we're going on a party boat, so
Mm-hmm.
if we're on the party boat, then whatever, right? We're on the party boat, so whatever. I don't need to pay because I'm famous.
Yeah.
And this person has like 100,000 of credits, and the costs were like 100 credits, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, yeah, because you wasted like so hard, you can say, like, yeah, either you can say, like, yeah, the person will not recognize you. That was like my idea. Person would not recognize you, and you might
Have to pay.
have to pay. But the
Mhm.
worst possible outcome, which is what they choose, was like, you and like another celebrity came in, and then there's like this what's that, and like the other celebrity had like the guards, and then they're starting to go for a fight, like in the middle of everything. So they went into a shooting gallery.
Wow.
But the because I think like I will spoil too much for everybody who's watching that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not saying too much of how
It ends.
whatever happened. But you could see, like, yeah, like he was like super decisive, like, yeah, either you take the worst outcome or I will not tell you what's going to happen, no matter what.
Oh.
Oh, Demi, are you still there?
No, he's not. He's not even in TeamSpeak.
Ah.
He had to reset his router, so
Oh, yes. You mentioned. Okay.
we'll just have to wait for
That'll
that.
work out. Yeah.
By the way, you should know how to pronounce that, Miko. The Dönerjunge, Dönerjunge, Dönerjunge,
Junge. Yeah.
Dönerjunge. That's the guy who was with us earlier.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And yes, we should set some cheese traps out, but it might require thumbs. I don't know.
It's actually pretty hard to set out cheese traps with your paws.
Yeah.
Lack of opposable thumbs and such. What does opposable actually mean?
Oh, that it can be used in against the other fingers.
But you can do this.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, I was doing that in front of my camera, but I forgot that you can't see my camera.
Yeah, what's with that?
Oh, it's another tech issue where my camera can either be seen by the broadcasting software, or it can be, or in theory, it could be seen by Roll20, but not both.
But not both. Need to choose your camera stream to. It can't multitask. Come on.
I mean, it should work that I just show up on Roll20 and then I can take
Green
a
capture.
window, capture that part of the window and have that on the stream, but it never does. I'm not sure why.
It should.
Yes. In theory, it should work. It just doesn't. Well, I hope that Dimmy will be able to rejoin us.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess it can take a little while for a router to reset.
reset.
It
Yeah.
takes like 5 minutes, something.
Uh,
5 to 10 minutes.
Then he needs to rejoin TeamSpeak and Roll20 and everything.
yeah. Well, while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna grab some. I'm gonna grab some juice. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Some for me, please.
I'm just ready. Ready?
Thank you.
I think it's good game master policy to not tell your players what would have happened if they'd chosen otherwise.
Yeah, that's like the good thing. Or the more interesting thing.
Because then you can actually live the story rather than like metagaming it, I guess.
It's not
Yeah.
even that. It's
This is
even
just
like
what
the
happened.
yeah. It's this because this is just what happens. You really have to live yet for your decisions, and like every decision like gets like a big meaning.
True.
Because you say like, oh yeah, I did this decision. I don't know what else the concept, so I have to stick with this, and I have to believe in myself that I did the right decision. But I still wonder is if he was like making it up or not making it up and having it in mind and just not sharing it.
Making what up?
Like the like if he already knew both scenarios.
What? If I already knew both scenarios, yeah.
Mm-mm. I meant like with Adam Coble when he was like, yeah, you have
Okay.
these two options and I will just tell you one option, and I wonder if he had like he had both already in mind.
I don't know.
Yeah, you never find out.
It'd be cheating, but then again, it's not beneath a game master to cheat for the sake of fun once in a while.
Yeah, GM fudging is not the same thing as cheating.
No, but like
I mean-
this wasn't even fudging. This was like a game master said, "Hey, you have two choices, and one of them is bad, and one of them is worse. But I'm only going to tell you one." And then Mirko was wondering if he really only had one or not.
You're never gonna find out.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was Adam Coble, by the way, who did that.
Well,
And he used the player's curiosity to go for the worst option.
Because else they would never know what the worst option would have been.
Yeah.
well, he's an amazing
Keep struggling,
GM.
honey. Help her.
He's an amazing GM, but he is mean.
He
Yep.
truly is.
Yeah. Oh, did you ever check out any of his Burning Wheel stuff?
Mm,
I still want to, because Burning Wheels did sound interesting.
Yeah, it's an amazing system in that uh, all the uh, all the character progression stuff, all the things for which you get experience is directly tied into uh, either taking actions in character, just like doing a difficult test, and any difficult test that you fail has negative consequences,
Mhm.
or uh, uh, or uh, playing to your character weaknesses, sort of like Fate, only.
Much more rules.
Well, yeah, there are more rules. It's sort of more dangerous.
Okay.
But also the system itself is kind of mean in that anytime it's really easy to have skill tests that are just actually impossible to pass.
Okay.
Especially if you don't actually have the skill, then you like default to a stat, but the difficulty doubles.
Okay.
And the way the tests are rolled is you gather X amount of dice, either based off of your skill or uh, or if you're defaulting to the stat,
Mhm.
and then uh, that difficulty number is how many successes you have to get on those dice. So
Yep.
often there'll be situations will come up where you have maybe 2 or 3 dice to roll. That's like most common, and the difficulty is like a 5.
Yeah. No, it sounds interesting. I was watching his GMing show,
Mhm.
and he described it as a rules-heavy, story-focused game, which is interesting
Yeah.
to me because the way Fate enables story is actually by being rules light.
Mhm.
They're not too specific about stuff, so you can basically create any story with it. So it's be really interesting to at some point play a game that uses rules to create a storytelling game.
I just watched Mouse Guard from him, which
Yeah.
is
I
the
mean,
light version of Burning Wheels.
yeah. That's a great place to jump in because it's just like a one shot,
Yep.
and gives a really good feeling for the system.
Okay.
It's like the light version of Burning Wheel because he says at the beginning, you guys played Burning Wheel, so you're going to laugh at this. Like in comparison to Burning Wheel, it's very light how it works, but it's still like based on Burning Wheel's behavior.
Um, Another game that I'm
Interesting.
interested in trying out sometime is Tech Noir, which is sort of similar to Fate in that it's it's kind of based off of aspects. In this case, they're just called adjectives, um, but uh, they they're intended to have uh, to be have much more of an effect on the fiction. So if you apply the adjective like restrained to someone, it's not just that they get like a -2 to their next roll. You play out that they're restrained. It's just harder to apply adjectives to someone. Like you can like from a normal roll, you can apply like a fleeting effect. So you could if you did like a fleeting restrain, then you like have them in an arm lock or something. But that could end, at any moment. To have an effect last for a while, you essentially have to give the GM one of the dice from your pool, which means that they can roll it against you later, or they will roll it against you or somebody else later. So there's this. It has that very fate-like exchange back and forth, but it's a slightly different take on it, and it just seems really, really cool. Like, it has everything that is likable about Fate without that downside of all the advantages and disadvantages having the same essential value. It's based off of like context, and the actual the actual aspect that's chosen matters a lot more. Like the connotation of the word is very important, and I love that.
That's interesting.
So I'm not sure how to proceed, because this
I
point
guess you guys can proceed without him, and then we'll see when he comes back. He'll rejoin.
Okay.
I think first Blacktail was trying to get some healing, and then I believe Thothkity wanted to go and see what was going on with her silversmiths. His silversmiths.
Oh, and on the healing thing, there's like a bonus for somebody else just like trying to help. I remember.
Just a lot easier.
Yeah, I'll just mention that she gave Blacktail a lick on the forehead, which I think may count.
Yeah. So was that you trying to start the healing process? Trying to...
It was like a comfort thing.
Can't hear you?
It was like a comfort thing, or a Blacktail being upset that he was so messy, so Kitty started cleaning him.
Okay, so that does sound like you're trying to fix his messy fur. So why don't you roll? I'm not sure what kind of check that is, but let me see what makes a lot of sense. Maybe, I don't know, how do you apply physical healing? How do you untangle someone's fur?
Sounds like empathy to me. It might, the rules might have some other skill that it's
Sure,
technically
yeah.
the case, but empathy sounds.
So I'm rolling.
Yeah, you're rolling 40F plus, what is your empathy? Plus 1. And you need to, if you meet or beat 2, your Blacktail can start healing.
I'm sorry, plus which? Plus 1?
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay, so you can rename your consequence Blacktail to something that signifies the fact that you're healing, and then after one scene has passed, and that has to be a scene that we play out, your fur is entangled. So after the meeting, for instance, or something like that. after you do something. So I believe you guys were then going to Kitty's place to see whether there were any silver nuggets there that seemed out of place.
And so I think the others wanted to go see Festus,
Yeah, that was a suggestion as well.
but then I figured since we were waiting to the next day to meet up again to go see Festus, that while I was home I would look into what's going on with the silver at my people's place.
Okay, I prefer you guys doing things together because that means that the rest can participate in the
Okay.
adventure as well. So would you mind them coming along?
No, they don't mind coming along.
Nope. I'm up for going to.
You're muted, Muku.
No, because my forest got been taken care of. So
And,
So you're coming along?
yeah,
Yep.
I'm up for whatever.
So you guys arrive at Thothkitty's place. What do you do exactly to figure out if something is off?
Well, I guess Kitty knows how the workshop is set up because there are tables there that his burdens don't like him to walk on,
Mm-hmm.
but he walks on anyway. So he knows where all the things to walk around are. You know, that he has to walk around carefully.
Fair enough.
So he wants to see if anything is out of place.
Well, one thing you notice when you arrive at the place of your burdens is that the back door is slightly open.
That is odd. They don't like to leave the door open.
I'd imagine not, no. Being silversmiths and all.
Maybe they're just being nice. I mean, closed doors are so rude. All doors should be open.
That's why you live in a place without doors?
Yes. Isn't it nice?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Very warm and welcoming. As you get into the house, you see nothing different. You'd have to do a thorough search to check all the nooks and crannies. You hear some noise in the kitchen.
I'll go look.
So Thothkitty, tell me about your burdens. What is their character? Are they very nice? How would they respond to a stray cat walking into their kitchen?
They are probably the kind of people who would set up another bowl.
Okay. They kind of like the man leans down and he puts down a hand on your head and says, "Well, hello there, little one." To you, Dibby.
And I say, hello back. Hi, I'm Diddy, which comes out as Brit. and I'll go over and rub my head against his ankle.
Awesome. He says, "Okay, you're hungry, I see." And he grabs a bowl of a high shelf, and you hear the very familiar ting 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 noise of little bits falling on metal. and a moment later he puts down a bowl for you.
So I'll look at him for a little while, and then sniff the food.
And Doc Kitty takes a bite.
And then if Thoth is eating, then I'll move out of the way and look lovingly rather than demandingly. Which is odd, because normally,
He says,
I-
you want your own bowl then? And he grabs another bowl and puts in some more food and puts it down for you.
okay. I look at it and put the bowl down, and then just go back to looking at him.
What are you doing in the meantime, Blacktail?
I am just busy, like licking my fur and like staying around there, like walking, looking. It's not wet food, or is it wet food? I don't know.
It's not wet food. You heard
Yeah.
the tingling of dry food. And he
So,
tries to lure you to the bowl and be like, "Oh, nice food. Come here, kitty, kitty." Tries to offer you some dry food.
I just look at him and like just continue licking my fur and trying to.
He
put
tries
it
to be
good.
really convincing, like pushing, like putting some in front of you and like trying to push it under your nose, being like, "Sniff this. It's tasty."
I'm like walking a bit away, continuing.
Am I noticing anything off about his demeanor, or
No,
does he seem
this
like
is basically what they're like normally.
okay?
If you want, you can search the house. That would be investigate. Of course, that
Yes.
would require you to jump on things they don't want you to jump on.
Well, they're distracted by Dibby.
Okay, and sure, I'll go ahead and be restrain him by walking around his legs so he can't take a step without stepping on me, and be particularly distracting.
Okay, a fair result would be enough to achieve that.
Okay.
You're very adorable after
Okay. Yes. So that's rapport.
all. 2. Rapport is
And-
great.
Okay. And that's generating an advantage rather than an overcome action, or is it an overcome?
I was treating it as an overcome.
Okay.
You're just trying to keep him here.
All right. Yeah, I think he's probably distracted.
Okay, and I got a 6 on investigate.
You're so adorable that he opens a can of wet food.
Are you rolling on the ground, showing your cute little belly?
I am, apparently.
He tries to offer you wet food now.
I'll go over and sniff it. And
It smells really, really tasty.
okay, so I can't help myself, and I'll take a few licks. But then I'll look at him again and keep distracting him, and sort of I'm waiting for him to leave the room to eat, but there's no way for him to know that.
No, he's like, "Oh, are you ill, kitty?" And you hear him talking to his wife about whether or not they should take you to the veterinarian because you seem ill since you're not eating.
Uh-oh.
Here's the injection.
In the meantime, Blacktail, you smell this wet food as well.
Yeah, I like it. Catches my attention. I am like going towards it. I'm like, oh, okay, this is like the food I like and I enjoy, and I just like start eating it. Like, doesn't matter whatever happens.
In the meantime, Thothkity sneaks out of the kitchen. Why don't you tell me how you go about investigating, and after you've done that, tell me, like, roll it for me as well.
Oh, I did a roll.
Oh, you already did a roll.
Yeah.
What was the result?
It's a 6.
6.
A 6. Ooh, nice. So what do you do?
So I kind of saunter as
Sorry, we talked
nonchalant.
about that.
Okay, I saunter as nonchalantly as possible out of the kitchen and into the room where they have all of their metal things and some smelly things, and occasionally noisy and scary things because they go whirr or bang, bang, bang. So I don't like that, but it's quiet in there, so
You think it's safe to go in now?
yes.
So as you casually walk around, trying not to look too suspicious, you notice that one of the shiny things is not so very shiny. You know, these little shiny lumps they use to create their metal shapes. One of them seems very dusty, and from the looks of where it's placed, it's kind of placed to the side, a bit unusual, and it seems like somebody recently put it down there.
Somebody what?
It looks like somebody recently put it down there. And it looks dusty, and it's kind of like the other ones are in a heap, and then this one is a little behind, stuffed in the back.
I kind of bat at it a little.
What did you say?
I bat at it.
Okay.
I nudge it with my paw.
It moves since you move it. Doesn't do anything unusual.
Well, I guess I note that it's unusual that it's away from the others and isn't shiny pretty like the other things my burdens work with.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I don't know what to make of it.
Well, you know it's dusty, so it's probably not one of their normal stash, and it is a silver nugget, which you were looking for.
Okay. I bat it off the table.
What did you say?
I bat it off the table.
It falls on the ground with a thud. Normally your burdens would have come running in to see what you have wrecked now, but in this case, Dibby is being way too adorable.
I don't wreck. I'm very, very careful. And step carefully around the things.
Okay, good.
So knocking something over is not a typical Thoth Kitty thing.
Okay. Either way, though, they don't come. They don't come towards the noise, and the thing falls on the ground, where it makes a cling sound.
Now, are we supposed to be gathering these up?
Yeah, you're supposed to be gathering them up, and then you're supposed to bring them back to the mine, so that the ghost that lives there has peace.
Is there a door I can bat it out of?
Sure, you could drag it along the floor. It'd make a bunch of noise, but since Dibby was very convincing. You could also just like grab it with your mouth and carry it along.
Oh, okay. It's not so big it wouldn't fit in a cat mouth.
No, it fit.
Okay. Then that's what I do.
Okay. So you walk out, and in the kitchen, your burdens are very busy with Blacktail and Dibby, and you can pass through the house unhindered.
Like after I've eaten the whole bowl, I'll leave.
So Blacktail leaves, and the man tries to convince you to eat some more by offering you some more wet food, Dibby.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as he's like preparing it, as soon as Blacktail finishes, I'll go check out the empty bowl. But then as soon as he puts the new food in, I'll go follow the others.
No.
Okay. He shrugs and says to his wife that they should keep an eye on that one, because might need to go to the vet. And actually, no, he wouldn't shrug. He'd just try to pick you up and put you in one of those horrible cat restrainers. You know, one of those little boxes, and you got like
Oh
little
yeah.
bars in front of them, and you can't even put your paw through or anything.
So I'll try to very politely dodge.
Okay. Sure, you dodge. Humans are not that fast.
Okay. So I'll head out after the others.
I came for a free meal. I got my meal.
Just hanging around, letting the others do the work, eat the wet food.
Eat the wet food and leave.
Good deal.
That was good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll give you a temporary aspect, Dibby, which is Thoth's burdens want to take me to the vet.
Okay.
It's a temporary aspect that you can invoke, and of course I can invoke against you as well.
Okay.
Oh, they'll probably sit around at night worrying about that small cute kitty who showed up and wonder if she comes back, if they should take her to the vet, and if she's been fixed. And oh my God, what if she has kittens in our house?
And yeah, should we go looking on the streets?
Exactly.
Basically, yeah. I can totally imagine them like being there. Like, should we just go out and look for her?
Yep.
So yeah, who knows? You might run into them somewhere. So what do you guys do next? Do you go to Fuscus?
Yeah, that was our
Sure.
plan,
I
right?
guess so.
Where are we going to put the one silver nugget while we look for the others? Or do we want to just take it to the ghost and stash it there while we go look for the others? Because Doc's not going to walk around with it in his mouth forever.
Yeah, that would be a bit strange. Well, you could roll territory to see if you have any good hiding holes on your territory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, too bad that our other kitten isn't there, because he would have known.
Yeah. Like taking it directly to the ghost makes sense. There is the obstacle of the other cat that's probably pretty upset with us at this point, but.
But the other cat actually has as well, like one of
No, you were supposed. There's two ghosts. There's
Oh,
a running
okay.
ghost, and there's the ghost of the mine that you guys haven't actually met.
Okay. So
You've
yeah,
just
we do
seen
need
the skeleton.
to stash.
Yes.
So you need
I-
to bring, if you are going to bring it somewhere, then you would bring it to the skeleton.
Okay.
That's
Well,
the
I
idea.
rolled
Bring the
3.
nuggets to the skeleton. Skeleton stops sending out rats.
And I think we should take the nugget to the skeleton.
Shouldn't,
Well, but
like,
I mean, we have to deal with the rats when we do. So it might
Actually-
be good to have all of the nuggets like
Okay.
collected first.
Okay, well, I
Besides-
rolled 3 on territory for the hiding place.
Okay. Yeah, you know a good hiding place. Tell me where it is. What is your cat hiding place?
Yeah. Okay, there's a bunch of wild growth in the back of my Burden's yard that they've never gotten around to trimming or taking care of.
Okay.
So there's some loose dirt around there that I can dig up under the plants.
Okay. Digging out plants. That sounds like a good idea.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can totally stash the nugget there, and it's not in a place where burdens would easily find it, so that'd be a good hiding spot. So you guys head to Fuscus now, right?
Sure.
Yes.
So when you get there, Fuscus is his usual charming self, and he asks you what you're here to see him about.
Oh, well. Let me see. Oh, I guess I'll just like ruin it by actually telling him. So, we're here to collect shiny nuggets to save the town from I guess they're your ground cousins. They're being disturbed by some ghost, and that's probably not very fun for them. So if we bring the ghost the nuggets, they'll be okay, and then we'll be okay.
Something you said seemed to have angered him, and he says, "That is not how you speak to a gentleman."
I'm like, Cuz, don't make such a fuzz, Cuz. we just try to help everybody, and maybe you can help us even out with this. And I try to say you and your slick four.
Okay. Give me a report.
Report.
Let's see how well Fuscus resists that.
It's a 2.
Let's see what you need to beat. You need to beat a 3. That is unfortunate.
Well, I'll help. Saying,
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend. You're not really like the. Was it the cousins thing? Because I mean, being able to fly and being
User entered your channel.
so much more agile. I guess you're not really like the rats at all. And of course, you're much wiser.
So yeah, give me a report. He sniffs indignantly at you, by the way.
Okay. So
Oh,
it's what, like
nice.
legendary or something?
Epic.
Epic.
Super.
It is epic. An epic result. So, yeah. His kind words about how different he is from rats seem to please him, and he describes a group of children passing by here two nights ago. He didn't study them in very detail, but he can describe one of them.
So they are having this nugget? Or
I presume, he says.
do you know where they went?
First they went to the mine, and after that they came back here and went, I presume, to their homes in the town.
So we got the description of them,
Of one of them.
of one of them.
And they walked back. It seemed like they were walking back.
Yeah. He describes a girl who some of you might have vaguely seen, but she doesn't live in any of your neighborhoods. And you recall, Thothkari, that this girl was a friend with the girl whose death you predicted?
Oh dear. And was that girl Divvy's burden?
No. The girl was just a girl that lived like a few blocks away from you.
But she hasn't died yet.
And you guys all know her. You know where she lives and what she looks like, but you're not intimate with her or anything.
Well, I guess we should go there.
What did you say?
I guess we should go there. If
Okay.
we know that she's lives close to the other one, then it's at least the right direction.
So you guys travel to her house without any trouble. It takes you a little while to sneak into her room, since her mother is walking around hoovering, or making noises with the thing that eats everything.
Oh,
Rather.
that's horrible.
The great roaring machine.
The eternal hungry beast that doesn't really speak; it just makes noise. But you manage to sneak past that into the girl's room, and on a shelf you see a bunch of like small objects, and amongst these small objects there is a little dusty silver nugget.
So around us is nobody because we're not really seen, right?
And you manage to get into the room unseen.
I go on top of it, and like I jump on the table. And,
It's a shelf, a bookshelf.
the bookshelf.
And I'll keep watch.
Yeah,
As will
I'll
I.
pick up the the nugget with my mouth, and I like see everything, and I like start to grin with this nugget in my mouth, and like kick off everything, and then just go.
Um. So you're very fluffy, right?
Yeah, I am
Um,
super fluffy.
And fur has weight.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be unimaginable if you would be a little too heavy for this bookshelf that's maybe not that very well attached to the wall. And then you could come crashing down. I'm offering you a fate point here. So you can say, okay, I'll do that and I'll take a fate point, or no, I didn't want that to happen and I'll spend a fate point.
Like crashing down with this
Bookshelf?
with the bookshelf and picking up the. I gonna crush down with it.
Okay. So when you crash down, the mother of the girl like opens the door and is like, "What are these 3 cats doing in my house?" And she sticks the mouth of the big monster that eats everything at you.
Back.
Oh.
Tries to poke you with it.
I'll try. Like I crash into every. Like I'll try to grab this, the stone and
Mhm.
the metallic nugget, and
Mhm.
then I'll crash into everything randomly, trying to escape. Like just not everything is in my way. I don't care. I just try to run around and like panic and like.
Is
Okay.
there an
Okay,
open
and-
window?
Sure. She opened the window when she was hoovering.
And I'll try and get in the way and give her just such and bat my eyes and give her just such a deep, soulful look that she hopefully can't bring herself to bat at us anymore.
So
Oh, yeah,
what?
that's
One of you is
nothing.
trying to jump out the window. The other is trying
No,
to walk in front of her
no.
feet and.
No, I'm making
Why?
sure that the window is open so that we have a point of escape.
Okay. So Debbie is just like standing in front of her feet,
Yeah, I'm providing distraction too.
and Blacktail is running into everything.
Yeah, panicking.
And what are you doing then, Fluff Kitty?
I'm also providing distraction by just kind of running around and being yet another addition to the chaos.
Okay.
Because I know how to walk around without knocking stuff over, but I figure the distraction is worth it right now.
I knock stuff everything over, and like when Thought Kitty is going to tell me like this, there's the window, and like I'll try to get out there, like jump out no matter what, but crash everything I see.
Okay. This house is on the second floor, or this room is on the second floor, or is it the first floor? You've got the ground floor and then the one above that. That's what I mean. So it's a bit of a jump. As a cat, you could make it though.
Of course.
So you guys get beaten around a little by the Hoover.
Oh.
Um,
Well, can I make a report to
Sure.
try and win her over?
Sure. Be adorable.
Okay.
You're going
Yeah,
to be very convincing though, because a dirty, smelly cat is not really her thing.
Okay. Well, I'm really good at it.
You need like a great result or something.
Okay. How's that?
Good enough.
Good enough.
God, you're cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. No problem. Debbie is being adorable again. So.
And I'll brip again and just be like, like really easy to gather up. Like if she's like, oh, I gotta carry these cats out. Well, this one's first. She's right there.
Sure. She will kind of like carefully like pick you up and hold you like very far from her. And she puts
Okay.
you down outside, and then she like hesitates for a moment and then pats you on the head and walks in to see what the other two are doing.
Okay. Soft Kitty at this point, since Moko has gone towards the window, Thoth is going to switch over to stealth mode to try to like sneak out the door at the same point that she's putting Dibby out.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and sneak. And Blacktail,
Yeah.
are you still jumping out the window?
I am like while knocking it all around everything. Then I'm still straight trying to go for the window and jumping out of the window.
Oh no!
Knock her over. And
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, you sneak out, and the woman comes back, and she's like, "There were two cats here, weren't there?" And then she looks out of the window and sees like Blacktail like flying through the air, and she's like, "Oh, I guess they both just jumped out." She looks through the house twice though to make sure that there's no cats hidden in closets anywhere, because she didn't see you leave. Blacktail, go ahead and land on your feet with athletics.
yeah,
Since you're, I imagine it not to be too hard. Let's say a fair result, so 2 would be enough.
well, knocking everything around, I'm like using a stunt which is saying look before you leap. So I'm using my Nautus instead of athletics.
Yeah, sure. You have time to do that since Dibby is being carried out.
Yeah. And I'm trying to create more stuff knocked over. Maybe I'll use that to jump at it and then into the heights.
Excellent.
Okay. Excellent. So the 3 of you got out without problems. What do you do with the nugget, Blacktail?
User in your channel timed out.
Like after we meet up with them, I'll tell them like, yeah, we can put this at the same place where the
Other nugget?
other nugget is. And then we can go over to Bandit because he's also one who is owning, or he might also know where one of the other nuggets are due to our
User entered
Gary
your
O.
channel.
So you bury the nugget with the other ones, and you head out to Bandit, you say?
Yeah, that's like what I'm suggesting to the others.
Do you guys agree with that?
I
That's
think
worth a
so.
try. Yeah, sure.
You find Bandit eating the remains of a little bird, and he asks with his mouth full, "What?"
Hi, Bandit.
Hi.
By any chance, have you come across a little shiny thing? Probably dusty.
Like a dusty nugget.
Bandit shrugs. A nugget. What is that?
It's like a little stone, only it kind of shines a little.
He shakes his head. He's never seen a shiny stone.
Do you mind if we take a look around?
Sure, be my guest.
Oh,
He says and licks his paw.
Oh, and
Tries to
hey,
clean his face.
if you're in need of an extra meal, my burdens have been generous lately.
You see his eyes glinting, and he says, "That sounds good."
More food.
You guys.
It makes them
search
happy
around
when
property.
you eat. Just don't knock anything over.
That he looks at you as if that's a very hard challenge.
Indeed.
And he says thoughtfully, I'll try. I mean, you have to work for your food, I guess. And you guys search the property, but you don't find any nuggets.
Okay. Okay, let's look at those clues again.
It was very long ago. But last time when you were here, he was complaining about something. Do you guys remember that?
But there were kids at this
Nope.
place.
Specifically, not that there were kids at this place, but that there were kids making noise outside.
Yeah, right.
Well, okay, so just outside of his place.
Like he heard them walking by and making noise.
Where's he staying now?
He's still in the big house. The big house by Longman's covered bridge, by the covered bridge. The abandoned house. And he saw them coming by. Because they woke him up. So maybe you guys are asking the wrong kind of questions.
So, Bandit,
Yes.
those kids who disturbed you earlier, which way did they go?
They went to the mine and then later they came back.
Did you watch them, what they were doing?
Yeah. It was dark, but I saw them. Do you remember that kid who has you know that big kid with the big hair? He was one of them.
And yeah.
Do we know?
And I'm like, oh yeah. Do you know where they went? Or did they like hide something?
Oh. So, sorry everyone. Looks like...
User in your channel. Timed
okay.
user joined your
Hello,
channel.
I'm back. I heard you say "and," Mako, and that was it.
Okay. I was like, I will just like agree. Yeah. This big guy, and you checked them, and did you see them hiding something, or did you know where they went?
Well, they went to the mine.
No, I mean like after you.
Oh, after. Well, they crossed the Longman's bridge. I don't know if they were hiding something. They were very excited about something, all making noise and everything.
And they went to the bridge.
They crossed it.
Crossed it.
They went
So
through the
it's
other
like
side.
a big guy with hair. So do I recognize this description?
Yeah, you know that it's one of the street kids who hangs out on the street corners a lot.
Can we try and catch their scent so that we can follow them?
Probably be gone by now. I don't
Yeah.
know how long cats can catch a scent, but that was like 3 days ago or something.
Oh, okay.
It was
Okay.
before the rats came into town.
But we know where they are, right? Or where this
You
kid
know where
is.
this guy lives.
Yeah. Then yeah. Well, Bandit, thanks for everything, I guess. And then heading back to the.
Harold's
then
back.
I say like, yeah, I have a clue where we should go next to find the stone or the nugget.
Thanks.
Hey.
Bye, Bandit.
follows you guys for a while because he's got to try out these food offers at Thothkidy's place.
Oh
But
yes.
eventually, when you guys get to town, you part ways and you guys head off to where this kid lives. This kid lives in one of in the big orphanage, the boys' orphanage that is in town.
I'm
There's
like,
two, a boys' orphanage and a girls' orphanage. And as you guys arrive there, you see the kids sitting in one of the bedrooms. I presume it's night, but they're awake while they should be sleeping, and they're huddling around something. Like one of them whispering excitedly to the others. And welcome back, Dimi.
Thanks. And sorry again.
No worries.
They already gathered 2 nuggets without you, and they're on the tail of the third.
Good job, guys.
I'm like, okay, these are kids. I hate kids.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Kids pull my
I am
tail.
not. Yes, they just like gonna like make my fur completely naughty and everything. I don't. Sorry, I'm not going like I got like the hint of getting here, but this is not my part. This is yours.
Yeah, we need some serious stealth here.
Well,
I can make
could.
people invisible
Yeah.
if I'm. Well, if I succeed, basically.
Dibby, you are cute, but you are not stealthy. It's not
Yeah.
your strong part.
If you want, I can distract them.
I look like into like the eyes of Mario and Dibby. I'm like, this is on you guys. Pee and like just stay on the ground and look for a place to sit and just take a nap or something.
And in the background, this epic movie theme plays.
Yeah.
This is on you guys now. The fate of the world rests on your shoulders.
Well, I'm not sure what the plan is, but sure.
Make somebody invisible and sneak in, I think. Humans rely a lot on their sight, so making invisible should help a lot.
Combined with our awesome stealth.
So, who's gonna be invisible?
I can make multiple people invisible if I basically for everyone the position goes up by 2, or I can whatever I roll I can distribute among other people.
Okay.
Among all the people. So basically either a higher roll or, you know.
So, what is the base amount? It depends on the area, right? So the
Yeah,
base amount would
between
vary.
1 and 5.
So what color do you have, Dibby?
Oh,
I don't.
Tabby.
And you, Thothkity?
He's dark blue-gray,
Shadow colored.
Okay.
shadow
So,
color.
Thothkity would need would be pretty stealthy. So he'd need an average result to make it happen. Dibby would need a fair result, and you, Merle, would need a good result. So 1, 2, and 3.
So I would need a 6 basically.
If you'd want to do all of you guys, yeah.
Well, I guess I'll see what can I see what the roll is and then decide,
Yes,
or
of course.
cool.
Or Thoth can just run in and the rest of us can.
Or you could say, well,
Yeah,
first
you
I
can
do
make
Thothkity,
Thoth
then I do
invisible.
Dibby.
Have him run in and grab it, and as necessary, one of us could provide distraction, like from the edges where they can't just like run up and pull tails or do other nasty things.
Well, I don't know, if I make everyone one by one, it would seem like a bit of cheating, I guess, at least to me.
Okay.
So I
Sure.
prefer to do it all
Go.
at the same time. And I'll hide in a corner first or something. I want to get away from them for a second because I have to say my true name.
Oh.
And let's see how good I am at being a warden.
Okay.
I'm fairly good. Fairly good.
So
What you
this
did the
would
two?
be good to make either Thoth Kitty or Dibby invisible. One of them would work.
Well, yeah, I'll come back to you and then say that. Well, you know, I don't feel the vibe of the place too good. So you talk amongst yourself and selves and decide which of you will be the invisible one. One of you will be, I don't know, doing something else. I plan on maybe hiding or climbing somewhere, and sneaking in from in a different way, not by being invisible and stuff. There's always a hole somewhere, or an open window, or a closed window.
That could be open.
Yeah. Imagine if a little kid sees a little kitty on their window, they will open the window.
We'll put Dibby aside for that backup. That's where Dibby's
Dibby
particular.
Dibby or Thoth Kitty could become invisible. So which one of you is going to become invisible? That was the question.
Yeah.
First.
I think that Thoth Kitty should be invisible.
Yeah.
And Dibby should hold back to be a distraction if needed.
Okay.
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 Then I'm going to use my 2 shifts of warding, make Thought Kid invisible.
You are now
And-
an invisible Thoth Kitty.
Yay.
Kind of the color from the environment kind of leaks from everything and kind of goes on your feet and goes into your fur and stuff, and you change your color, and at some point it's almost, and you can almost not see anything there. You have to really look closely to notice you.
So since humans are very reliant on their sight, but these particular little humans appear to be very busy with the object that you're trying to steal, it's going to be very hard, but you're going to have a very big bonus as well. So being invisible gives you a +4 bonus on what your stealth normally is, but you need to beat a result of a 6 because they're actually holding the object.
Oh dear.
So your stealth is normally what? Let's
4.
see. 4. Oh yeah, you're very stealthy. So you get a +8. And you need to beat a 6.
Very
So you
doable.
roll 40F, /R
Plus
40F, +8.
Nice.
Nice. The kids like jump up, and one of them can't stop himself from giving a yelp, since he had this thing in his hand and then it was just gone.
It's haunted.
And one of the orderlies comes in and tells them to go to bed, and that they should be in bed and that there shouldn't be any ruckus, and they quickly rush off into their beds. And since you're invisible, you can just walk out through the door just opened by the orderly.
Alrighty. So I guess Thoth
That's
Kitty.
3, right?
That is number 3. Now
Yeah,
you just
so
have the one with the
Thought
big family
Kitty
left.
walks over to the other kitties, drops down the nugget, kind of nudges against Muriel, and
I think somebody wants to become uninvisible.
Licks his paw.
I can see. I can't see you, so I can't. I can't.
Well, he nudged you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't get that. But yeah, basically, it's you're invisible until the end of the scene, so I'm guessing you can just cancel it or something.
Okay. Well, then they see a nugget bouncing around and then drop on the ground in front of them.
So I presume you guys put that with your nugget stash.
Yeah.
Great job, guys.
As you head over to your house, Thoth, you see Bandit coming out, licking his paw, and he seems to be covered in something like flour. He probably did knock something over, but he seems very full and content with the food he'd gotten.
Sounds totally like a cat.
Yeah. The gray kitten becomes a white gray kitten.
So now Merle's nugget is the only one left.
Yeah.
Soft Kitty says to Bandit, "You knocked something over, didn't you?"
He looks appropriately guilty.
But they fed you, right?
He nods.
Yeah,
I
they're
tried,
nice.
I really tried. These humans keep their stuff like everywhere. In my house, there is so much empty space to run around, and there's not all these things in the way.
Demanding to be knocked over.
Exactly.
Although that is out of character.
Yeah, but I mean that's what he would have said.
Yeah. So okay. One of us remembered something about a big family. You mentioned.
Yeah, Merle remembered that one of the newly hatched chicks on the farm where he lives said when it just hatched, it said, "Oh, we're one big family."
So it sounds like those chickens have the silver nugget to me.
Yeah, chickens. The chicks stole the silver nugget.
Because
Let's
chicks
go there
need
and have
silver
like a
nuggets.
free chick as a meal.
No, you don't eat chickens.
Let's
Part of the
Why would
family.
you eat chickens?
It's like, do you get the wet food with chicken flavor anytime?
Yeah, but that's not chickens. That's just chicken flavor. You know. That's not. You don't go and hunt chickens for that.
No.
It comes out of a can thing. You know.
Out of the mysterious metal box that only humans
Yeah.
can open.
I've tried, but sometimes it's hot. I'm guessing they have some magic that we don't know, and that's why they can open it without being burned.
It's the magic of love.
Maybe.
Well,
But
Okay.
yeah, chickens are not for
I
eating.
like Blacktail looks really disappointed, but he is like, okay.
I mean, Merlo is not saying no, you don't eat the chickens. He's just not
Yeah.
can't understand the idea of eating a chicken.
Yeah, no. Like Blacktail actually buys into it because it's like, yeah, that's true. Like it always comes out of this metal box.
It does.
yeah, that would be
So
horrible.
you guys head over there. And when you arrive, some kind of commotion is going on. Tell me, Merle, who did what to who?
Who did what? Well, there was another random cat from the town who was who had the same thought as the first thought of Blacktail of hunting some chicken,
Earlier.
but the dogs around the farm got its scent and started chasing it. So the cat kind of, stumbled and knocked over some of the, these things on the
Shelves.
on the top of the house. Those. What's the
Nathan,
word?
what's up?
Kak kelime'de engelsk. The bricks of the on the
Okay,
the
yeah,
you know
not bricks, but I know what you mean.
yeah, not the bricks, but those orange things on the
Not
roof of the house.
the little panels that cover the roof of the
Yeah,
house,
exactly.
the that are
Not
layered there.
siding, but shingles.
Are those called shingles?
I don't
The
know.
roof
Yeah,
shingle?
but
I think
that's
so.
what I mean, right?
Hold on, dakbam is in Dutch.
Ugh, funny, yeah.
Translate to English. Tiles.
Yeah,
Tiles.
those.
Knocking down some
Roof
tiles.
tiles, specifically.
Let
Or
me
the
send you a
roofing.
picture. Those
Okay,
things.
so some of the roofing got knocked down.
Yeah,
okay.
by this cat, and there are some broken shards on the side of one of the buildings, and the dogs are overly excited, and there's a cat running away from the farm. So that's the commotion happening right now, and
Okay.
the burdens are checking out what's happening, and
Okay. So I just presumed that there would also be a young burden living at your farm. I hope that's okay.
yeah, sure.
So they're outside looking at the commotion, trying to get the dogs to calm down. And would they yell at the cat for knocking down the?
No, the cat is running away. It's not one of the cats from the house. It's a stranger
But would
cat.
they throw a curse after it or something, or?
Probably not. The dogs do that.
Cursing in dog language. Always so rude, those dogs.
And
Yeah,
dumb.
not as refined as a cat.
Definitely.
And loud.
Just bark at things and so uncivilized.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do when you arrive?
Myrtle is very once we get on my territory, he kind of puffs up and looks much more confident and happy to be around. And it's starting to tell. And this is the barn that the ducks hang around, and this is the building where people drink water, not drink water from, but gather water from. And he's very acting superior almost.
I can totally imagine him strutting around, being like meow 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 meow.
And this is where we lie down for the sun, and that's where we get fed.
DB looks around with wide eyes and says, "Oh yes, a sunspot. That's nice." Walks over.
It's exactly in the middle of the place where all the burdens go through. So it's the place where the burdens have the most trouble of going around us.
Oh. Oh, that sounds like a great place for me.
Yeah.
Thoth goes and finds a patch of grass and starts chewing it.
Awesome.
And he burps.
I'd imagine your owners would be very welcoming to strange cats walking in with you, Merle? Or not particularly? Would they chase them away?
Well, the question is if the dogs do that. They probably go
Well,
go
I
running
think
at us.
the dogs right now would be distracted, but let's see if the dogs notice you. Below 50 they do. Oh, yes they do.
Very much so.
There are two dogs with flapping ears and drooling tongues running at you. I mean, they're still pretty young.
Are they bigger than us?
Are they? Merle?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are they running meanly, or are they just curious and bouncy dogs?
They're Or there's curious and enthusiastic, cats got to chase them. It's like when you see red dots. That's
Yeah,
dogs have that when
something
they
like
see
that.
you. I don't know why they always seem to mistake cats for red dots, but for some reason it works like that. You can't blame them. They're not very smart.
Well, basically the strategy is either to play along or to just sit there expressionless and maybe hit them with your paw and hiss at them.
Yeah.
That's like what
Depends on your mood,
Blacktail is
basically.
doing, like super defensive. Like,
Yeah, if you run, they just chase you.
Yeah,
And
they
if you
will chase.
stand your ground, they'll probably back off.
Yeah, Dibby just stops and looks at them and says, "Hi, I'm Dibby." I-
Woof.
They don't
and-
The
understand
dogs run
civilized
around
yeah,
you
she'll try to
anyway.
make friends.
This is the scene. Like there's these 3 cats like sitting or standing there like statues looking at the dogs icily, and then there's the 3 dogs, or the 2 dogs that are like bouncing around them, like trying to come closer and then running away when a cat like slaps with its paw, and then coming closer again, and like until the burdens of Merle take the dogs away and tell them to stop pestering the cats. And none of you can believe that dogs are so gullible that once a burden tells them to go away, that they just do it.
That's just
No
I-
self-respect, those animals.
doesn't make any sense to me. Just they don't even lie down on the sunlight spot. I mean, come on.
Dogs.
I'll never understand dogs.
yeah.
No, who put down the L? You ruined it.
I'm so proud of my Tetris initiative.
So for the people on stream who can't see it, we're like randomly in between. Everybody's drawing like random like small Tetris blocks, and then on the just like freehand drawing them, and then somebody always draws a block that like ruins the whole Tetris, of course.
I don't think it's ruinous, and I'm showing it now.
So yeah, we would probably see the chickens, some of them going even in the garden where they shouldn't be and eating some of the plants that they shouldn't be eating, and most of them are in some separate kind of fenced area.
No, the green block, it flakes the mold.
I
What are you
want to
doing?
do this, by the way.
So
Oh yeah, we're supposed to look for the shiny thing.
yeah.
I'm gonna go look for the shiny thing.
Okay.
We should ask the chickens probably. They know. They would know.
Yes, and we
But
can
they're
ask
always
them how
scratching
they-
around on the ground.
What?
Chickens, they're always scratching around on the ground and pecking and stuff.
Yeah, looking for bugs and stuff.
No, I was drawing it first. Go away from your line.
All right.
Mean.
So the chickens, not all of them are sapient, but there is a chicken called. Let me look up. Sonia, the chicken called Sonia. She's the oldest chicken, and she walks up to you and pecks at something on the ground, and she says, "What was it that you wanted to know?"
About the
We're
shiny.
looking for-
You come to put your taste into the can for the wet food.
She looks at you scandalized.
Don't mind him. He's young and stupid. we're looking for a little metallic stone It's not edible, but you might have found it while you were looking for bugs or grains.
Everything is
Or
edible
whatever
if
you
you're
do when you're
persistent.
like scratching around like that. Like you don't do it right, but it's okay.
Everything is edible if you're persistent.
You abandoned that.
Who's bandit?
Just no one.
I look like very curious still how they get into the tins. I'm still waiting for my answer, no matter
One
what.
of the younger chicks comes around. Bandit, bandit, who's bandit? And then calls over the other chicks. Come on, Merle's going to tell us a story about bandit. And they all sit around, look at you expectantly.
Guess you have to now.
Well, you know, I would tell you the story, but first, you should find a silver small thing, because I needed to remember the story.
A silver small thing.
Yeah.
What is silver?
Like this, and I poke at someone to show them one of the things we found already.
Oh, we stashed those.
Oh,
Yeah, we stashed them away.
They're at Thothkidy's place.
it's shiny.
Shiny. Oh, I know. And one of them whispers something to the other, and they hurry off. And the others follow them curiously, and not too later, the whole string of chicks comes back. That was not English. And they're carrying like a little mirror. This is shiny, right?
Yeah.
That is shiny.
Yeah. What?
You have to admit that is shiny.
It is. It is. I'm guessing we won't get what we need here, but I do owe them a story. So let's see. Who is Bandit? Bandit is you know, where some of looked.
Bandit is the one who is on the quest to find the answer how a chick becomes this magic wet food.
And they turn to you, Merle, and they say, "What is that? Wet food? That doesn't sound very tasty."
Well, it's worse than the seeds you're eating, obviously. But you're special, and that's why you get the best.
They start crying, and they're like, Sonia, we didn't want to become wet food."
I'm going to run away.
So Sonia scowls at you and says, "What have you done?" as you run away.
It was him, and I pointed Blacktail.
Sonia scowls at you, Blacktail.
I try to look. I'm still looking for the answer of this tin question I asked you, but you didn't. But no. This is not the matter. The matter is we are looking for a silver nugget. So, do you have any
Go
clues
away
of
with
it?
your silver nuggets and your wet food. You're upsetting the chicks.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. But I need really my answers. Please. let
Perhaps
us
you can go ask Hieronymus at some point after we finish this quest, and he'll give you the answer.
Oh yeah, you could ask it from Hieronymus. Hieronymus could tell you how the chickens become wet food.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sure. Yes. But
But
then he's going
some
to
other
trust-
time.
Yeah.
But then you're going to have to wrestle a hellhound again or something like that.
This
True.
time we we could catch the dots.
Yeah, this time we'll catch those dots. For sure.
One of those times. So yeah, I'm scared of Sonia, so I'm not going back there. Well, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that
Yeah.
out of character.
Well, I'm really trying to convince. Do I have anything to convince her to tell me about the nuggets?
The
Right.
silver or the chicken ones?
Like I'm actually talking to Sonia because like this little chicks, they don't give me the right answer like in any way. I have nothing to.
That was
No.
very cheeky, Mitko.
What did I do?
You're the silver or the chicken ones.
Oh.
Okay, I have nothing.
You could always use skills that you don't have.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem to be very aware of what you're talking about, though.
Where-
It probably doesn't particularly concern herself with things like silver nuggets.
I'm like, it looks like a corn but bigger, and I'll be back another time, and like punt off. Like, we need to give her an example of those things, and then we need to probably get like one of those.
Oh,
Where did we
Thanks.
stash them?
At
We s-
Thoth's Kitty's house.
Yeah.
In the
Thoth, do you
backyard.
mind?
They're buried amongst the plants.
You
I see
mind?
half a face. You should
Yeah.
tell your friend that he's making a fool out of
This is
himself.
Pesh, by the way.
What?
What
the
This is Pesh, by the way. What?
Well, tell Pesh he's making a fool out of himself.
Well, he does that. Making a fool out of yourself.
but be careful.
No, sorry, my mistake.
False people are nice, but they're a little bit grabby.
Thoth, do you mind to get the nuggets instead?
I'll go get a nugget.
Okay. You come back with a dusty nugget, and when you show it to
Sonia.
Sonia, she says, "Oh, no, I haven't seen that." And then after
But we
Thoth
went to all
says,
this trouble.
I've seen a cleaner one of those though. This one is very dirty, but I've seen one that looks a bit cleaner.
Where?
What is the name of one of the, or of the kid that lives at your place, Merle?
I don't know, Mike.
Mike. Okay. I've seen Mike carry one in.
I look like very expecting towards Merle, like. Uh huh. Awesome. Like, do you know where?
Well, the little burden keeps all of his things in one of the rooms in the house, so maybe there. It's
So-
fun to knock some of them on the floor until the other ones realize I'm in, and for some reason they don't like the little steps of dirt I'm leaving on the floor, so they kick me out all the time. So we will
Unbelievable.
probably have to, you know, get through a window or through the chimney or something, or through the cellar. I don't know.
The chimney. I am like far too. I'm not playing chimney.
Just be a black
What could go wrong?
That would be like the black tail with a black fur.
Yeah, chimney not such a great
Then I
idea.
would be truly black.
Black cat instead of
Yeah.
blacktail.
Right.
What? I can't
Well-
read that.
What's that? He's just an idiot.
Okay. So. Now I can hear that it's Pesh. So.
So should we distract and have somebody run in, or
Well, Mike hasn't seen one of a cat as exquisite as Blacktail, so I'm sure he'll be wanting to treat you to some nice wet food and grooming and stuff. And I'm totally trying to lie to him.
Yeah, like the thing is, I'm like,
So he's trying to deceive you. So you can counter with that with your empathy, Blacktail.
okay.
You're, by the way, totally welcome to say, oh, I automatically succeed at that, or I automatically fail if you have a certain preference. But if you just want to roll it and see what the dice do, then you can roll it and see what the dice do.
Like I actually have like the idea of. I barely.
A poor and a terrible result. This
Yeah.
is magnificent. You guys are worse than each other at everything. So you didn't buy it, Blacktail.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I kind of buy it. Like, wet food is like really interesting, everything. And it's like, yeah, that's like, but I hate kids. That's like my response. Like, I'm like really getting into it and like, and yeah, this is like really, but I hate kids. No. We had this talk before. I hate kids.
We could
Remember
throw
last
Dibby
time?
at them to be cute again.
yeah, I'll distract
Maybe
them.
is very good at being cute.
Yeah. Like, we can go for things and like I am happy to go in there and like knock stuff everything over and steal, but I'm not going to go near kids.
I'm fine with like stealing, breaking in and stuff, but I don't want to show affection. Come on.
Well, there's Blacktail for you.
So yeah, I'll just go find Mike. Go look for him.
Okay.
And I'm like, Mario, show me the place where I can knock stuff over and steal.
Well, it's I don't know, somewhere on the first floor.
Yeah.
If the weather is good, it probably has an open window.
Sure, the weather will be nice.
Yeah, but then I'll take you to just a side window with a small fruit tree on the well, close to it, and yeah.
Awesome.
Well, there you go, Blacktail.
Go.
Go knock stuff over.
I'll go in and like I'll wait for Dibby first to like distract, and then like go in there and knock stuff over and steal. But I'll wait first for Dibby to.
So what is
Her
Mike's nature? What would Mike naturally do if he saw a cute street cat?
Probably sit next to it and start talking to it.
Okay.
And petting it, I guess.
So you don't have to put in a lot of effort, Dibby, and soon you've got Mike hooked to your every meow.
Okay.
Obviously, when the dogs see someone is getting attention, they also come to be pet and talk to.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
You do
well,
have
okay. So if it's a competition,
competing.
what I'm gonna do is you know, meow and make nice, and then stand just out of reach. And then when he and see if he. I can get him to expend the effort of going over to pet me rather than petting the dogs, which are right there.
Okay. Sure. Go report.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. He'll move over to try and pet you.
Okay. Yeah. It's not even my best effort. It's just.
No. It's a bad result. You should
Yeah, it's actually
do better.
one of your worst results.
Because maybe it's because of the competition, you're not as adorable you usually are.
Yeah. I mean, you're not making it easy. Hold on. 1 second. So, in the meantime, Merle, you ransack Mike's room, and eventually you find a nugget there. It was hidden beneath the bed.
I can't imagine Blacktail going under the bed.
Yeah,
It's
like
dusty.
Mario is with me in there, right?
Merle?
Yeah, I
Or
guess.
yeah. So we're like sweeping around and
Basically,
I'm-
Merle is looking, and Blacktail's just like knocking things off the shelf.
yeah. It's like whenever it's like I'm asking like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm looking, knocking stuff over.
And then I'll get into trouble because they'll notice my steps on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear. But you find the silver nugget.
Yeah. So after we're done knocking everything over and like find the nugget, then we're going on.
I'll give you a temporary aspect as well, Merle. My burdens are cross with me,
No.
and you can use that, and I can use that as well. So if you need a distraction, then be perfect moment for your burdens to come in and be cross at you.
Fair enough.
I think I'm gonna use this more often. It's an easy way to
Yeah,
keep
it's-
track of whatever is going on.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
So we've done knocking everything over. Then
So you have the 4 nuggets now.
we have the 4 nuggets. Let's
So,
go into the mines. Or go ahead.
Do you have a better idea of how long the returning the nuggets will take? Should we try and just fit it in, or do you think we should stop here and do like, and then next session finish up with this, and then go directly into one of the personal stories?
I think like the way the adventure details it, or rather lacks detailing it, it shouldn't be a test. It's just a case of returning the nuggets. If you guys think it would be more believable if it would be a hard test with rats running at you from everywhere and such, then that's possible as well. But this was basically the peaceful solution that you guys could have gone for.
Okay, let's
Okay.
let's head back to the mine with the nuggets then.
I just want to mention that while Merle and Moko were inside creating chaos, Thoth was lying in the grass in the sunshine, guarding the other nugget that he had brought back from the place, because he's old and kind of tired by all that running back and forth. He munched on some grass, so he's waiting for his tummy to settle.
Yeah, fair enough.
True.
And somebody has to guard the nugget. Wouldn't want
Exactly.
one of the chicks running off with it.
Which they would.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They'd say, oh, nugget, look, they were looking for nuggets.
It's probably food.
Yeah.
And then they'd take it with them, and then they forget about it, and then it would end up lying around somewhere, and you'd find it weeks later.
True.
Yeah, that's how chickens are.
Covered in chicken poop.
Yeah, we'd have to wait for it to come out.
For it to hatch. Maybe it would spawn a silver chick.
It would spawn.
So yeah, you guys gather all your silver nuggets, and I presume you head back to the mine.
I guess everybody is like keeping one in their mouth.
Yeah, I imagine that's the way we need to do it. Unless we, play soccer the whole way.
You could
Ah.
like try throwing them at each other and like swapping them at the same time.
I'll try to pick the one which is the least dusty one.
And that would be the one that you collected from Merle's house, since it
Yeah,
hasn't been buried on top of being dusty to begin with.
yeah. I'll try to convince Marl that I really need to pick this one. This is like very very sure that that's the one I need.
You need 4.
Yeah, no, I mean like the other 3 are like they're more dusty, and you seem to really like dust and everything, and I just need this one. It's fitting my 4.
Look, it's not that I like being dusty and stuff. It's like it's the dust likes me,
Yeah, like what? Yeah, sure.
So I get it how this negative of yours would try to get to me, because it's dustier and dirtier than mine. But I have to set some ground rules. So I would decline.
But you make the nuggets sad.
It's this poor nugget. Look at it. It's
You
like
took my
drawn to
spider. I'm
you.
not giving you my nugget.
That's what you
I'm
get.
too sad.
I'm like, okay, whatever, and I'm like really kind of
And you
grumpy.
got me into trouble with the big chicken.
You did.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get him in trouble with his burdens as well.
Yeah, like I just remember like how many things I knocked over in the room. Like, okay,
And
okay,
without even
deal.
trying,
Blacktail, you can have my nugget. I mean, it's just as dusty as the rest, but
Yeah, like I'm content. I'm fine.
Trying to touch as little of the nugget as possible.
Yeah.
Fescus lets you pass without trouble.
we don't even have to pretend that we're not there.
No, you didn't even have to
Like
pretend
passing
you're
out,
not there.
like-
And when you get to the mine, there is a like this perfect like square of rats like standing there in neat little rows, waiting for you guys. Okay. Small rat army.
Wait, what?
Waiting in a square like in a defensive positions, or like, oh yes, we finally liberated
Defensive, like- Yeah.
the trinkets, and they're ready to receive them.
They're just like they're standing like they're a platoon. They're not standing in a defensive position. There's space for you to pass beside them. They don't seem aggressive towards you. They
Okay.
just stand there. And when you move closer, they part to let you pass. And then when you walk in, they walk along beside you quietly.
I like start to like go all over. Like, oh yeah, here's our escort. Try to look extra fluffy.
I look at them cautiously the whole time.
I'm kind of paranoid then.
So they lead you to the skeleton that some of you found earlier. And
Oh, this guy again.
you see the outstretched hand of the skeleton, and one of the rats nudges at it.
I'll place mine the first, like place my stone there the first because I need to get rid of this dusty thing.
Yep. Dropping stone in skeleton's hand.
Out of reflex, I drop.
And hiss at the rat.
Out of reflex, I drop mine just out of reach and wait, and then when it doesn't move, I pick it up again and put it in his hand.
You hear a bit of a moan coming from the skeleton, and then its remaining fingers close a little tighter around the nuggets that you put in the hand. And suddenly the rats look around, confused, and they scatter.
I'll chase one.
Sure. Roll athletics.
Can I chase it
Let's
stealthily?
see. Wow. You met the result, so no, you can't. You can chase it, but you're not stealthily. You're very loud.
If all of them turn around and do something, I'll just no I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, they don't. They scatter different things, and you've caught yourself a rat now.
Oh, cool. I have a rat.
It's
Where do
very
you-
big though. You need to like it's cat-sized rats. Remember?
All right.
Like, need a hand?
Yeah, what are you gonna do with that?
Well, my first thought is to be a cat and be super brutal about it and kill it and play with its body, but that's what cats do
Yeah.
and show off. So I'll
Well,
try to
you'd
do
have
that.
to fight this thing if you wanted to do that.
I guess I've shown my dominance, so I'll let it run away with a scratch or two.
Okay. It runs away. And yeah, that is the end of the adventure. You guys
Very
enjoy the
cool.
adventure?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I do kind of notice that I have a lot of trouble. Like normally already I find compelling pretty hard. But in an adventure like this where you have a set story to follow, I find for me it's even harder to do. I might be able to do it like if I specifically plan every compel beforehand, but I try not to plan too much beforehand so that I can respond to what you guys do. But I find it very hard at least to offer compels on the spot because I don't know, it feels like then I suddenly don't know where the story is going to go, which is not really a problem because that's normally true as well, but
Yeah.
like, it kind of discourages it, I guess, in some way.
Yeah, I had some of the similar issue in that there wasn't that usual flow of fate going in and out. Like it was hard to find places where I could like suggest a compel, and I sort of rarely used aspects. Like I think the only aspect that I used was I forgot the name for it. The one that's supposed to be a disadvantage. I used that one as a call on. Yeah, trouble.
Yeah, I mean, that like basically normally an adventure would be focused around you guys much more as well. Like I'd be thinking about, hey, how do they fit in the adventure and things like that when I'm making the story. But now I don't make the story. I just like respond to what you guys do with a pre-made story.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about modules in general.
Yeah.
I mean, you should see some of the published D&D ones. They're on rails.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
This
probably
one
shouldn't
had
be
a few
like
options at least.
yeah. I probably shouldn't be like bagging on WotC on stream, but I will. But like the campaign I'm running is sort of in parallel with with their published adventure, The Rise of Tiamat, and so I've like looked through that adventure, and I just don't understand the design. Like it not only is it on rails that you do, you go to this place to explore, then that place to explore, then then the next one, but in each one, it's like baked in that the place that you are exploring was sort of pointless. It leads you to the next place, but you don't like the thing that you're there to try and grab, or to the person that you're there to interview has always moved on, or is no longer there. I don't get it.
The princess is in another castle.
Exactly. Yeah. So
About that, what do you guys want to do after this? Like, we've got these pre-made adventures. Mako is going to be leaving, right? So
Yeah.
he was just here for this adventure.
Okay.
For Dimi, I've got a ready pre-made adventure already. Brad had offered some ideas, but there's not an actual adventure there, but we could totally still make that, and I'm totally up for making one with you as well, Aldith. If you want, of course. So that's there for cats, but then after that we could do something different. And some options that were open was the Wild Blue, the Wild West / superhero themed story. That was some interest for that, and the Pirates and Demons, the pirate campaign, kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean with more monsters and demons thrown in style that I'm developing. That's homebrew.
Is it kind of finished or something, or?
Well enough that I could finish it before then, yeah.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about Fate, is that it's possible to run a totally fun adventure without a whole lot of prep.
Yeah. And you see, like, somebody else's, like, I there were a few things that I really liked about this adventure. Yeah, sure, it was more on rails, and yeah, it wasn't as focused on the character, so it didn't really make that well use of the things that Fate provides, which I guess is a pity. But overall, it was a nice adventure, and there were some options to make different choices. There were 4 ways that they detailed that you could solve this thing, for instance, and could stop the rats from going there. And there were just characters were detailed out in such ways that you could interact with them. Like if you went to Hieronymus, like not at the point where they suggested it, but now afterwards, then that still worked, right? And I like the story.
I think the players brought a lot of personality into each of their
Definitely.
cats.
Mm-hmm.
I think that definitely enriched it.
So what is it that you guys want to do afterwards? If you want, you can leave, by the way, Mako, since you can sit here and listen to us talk about something that doesn't concern you, but might be
Thank
a
you
bit
for
boring.
having me, and it was a blast. So
Yeah.
enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Take care.
I find
Bye-bye.
Blacktail very entertaining. Bye bye.
Yeah.
The furry tail is going now and get some wet food.
Okay. Bye.
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 Bye bye.
User left your channel.
So I would be up for either the homebrew pirates thing, or for Wild Blue. I genre-wise, Weird West with superpowers clicks with me. but I could understand if uh, if it doesn't with others, and we decide to go with something else, like I don't know how does uh, Dimi and Hassa, how do you feel about doing Weird West? Not I don't know. What is your exposure to like the Western genre?
Apart from an occasional Western movie, not so much.
Basically.
Actually, not entirely true. I've read Laura and Mary, actually as well. So books.
Well, yeah, I've read some short stories about that took place in the West, but not too much.
Yeah, that was actually it's like a book series with 10, and I read the first 5 books. It's a diary of a girl who used to live back then, of like pioneers. In a pioneer's family, and they like travel from the great forests like to the wild west. But yeah, for the rest, not so much. I'd be fine with running the game. I'm a bit more excited about Pirates and Demons, mainly because I've been busy with that. But I'm fine with running Wild West or Wild Blue, and like running Pirates and Demons afterwards.
I think I preferred the Pirates and Demons too, because I'm first of all I'm curious to see what you did, and I think you'll be more. I guess you'll be as a GM you would. I mean it's your own thing, so you have a better idea of what everything is and how everything happens and stuff. So I think you'll also be able to create a better adventure and environment in general, and you'll be more into it. So we'll be more into it from that.
So yeah, what the story is with the Pirates and Demons is I doing that because I'm taking an adventure making workshop. So it's basically a pre-made adventure but made by me. So it has a whole story set up with things going on and like characters worked out and such. But because it's my own and I made like every little bit of it, I'm much more able than with this pre-made adventure to adapt it to you guys. The thing with Wild Blue is there's no adventure for that yet, so I'd like there's some plot suggestions and things, but I would make that myself as well. So there, it's not my world, so I wouldn't be as familiar with it, but I'd also be able to tailor it to your characters much more, and I'd probably use your characters as a starting point for the adventure. Aldith, do any of these genres sound interesting, or would there be anything you'd want to play? If so, what has your preference?
I'm more inclined to the Weird West thing, but I can also tell that that's a niche genre. And Brad and I have talked briefly about maybe at the beginning of the year, me sort of running a pulp adventure kind of game. So I'm kind of interested in like pulp adventures and superhero based things, or not superheroes so much as like costumed adventurers. Because I think that there's a real difference that isn't often as delineated as possibly could be. Did that make any sense at all?
Well, I'm not that familiar with pulp and what signifies as pulp and things like that. So you'd have to tell me more about your specific ideas. But that basically means we have a tie because we have 2 people who are interested in one and 2 people who are interested in the other.
Well,
So,
the other thing is that I've got the holidays coming up soon, which is a really busy time for my business.
okay.
So I would be totally cool with jumping out for like the next adventure and then jumping back in at the beginning of the year after the holidays are over. If that
Okay.
like
So,
makes things easier.
Hmm.
You don't have to decide right now, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk
There's
to
always time.
Henrik if he's there. Because he wanted to join and we can talk to him and be
Yeah.
like, hey, you want to join? Who are you? Like to get to know you stuff. And if you want, you can end the stream, Brad.
Okay.
I'm going to hop out too if you don't mind. Say goodbye, you guys. Thank you so much for running. That was a lovely adventure.
Yeah.
User
Bye-bye.
joined your channel.
So we'll see you soon.
See ya.
Right.
Hi, Henrik.
Oh, so just a moment. I just want to thank the viewers for checking this out. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please do subscribe or follow, whichever. There's no charge. Let me see. In terms of stuff that's coming up, the next thing that's planned is this Saturday. There's the usual Taking Waterdeep, which happens starts at 10:30 Pacific.
User disconnected from your channel.
Should be interesting. What's going on right. The next one is probably not going to be super intrigue heavy. It's probably going to be mostly fighting a big black dragon. That's what's on the horizon.
Okay.
And I guess that's about it. Have a good one, and I hope to be able to cast for you guys then, and then I might do some sort of like video game thing in between, but I'm not sure. There's a couple of different things that I'm looking at. They're sort of not necessarily RPG related. Like I'm kind of tempted to get back into Mech Warrior Online, just because it's a lot of fun to watch, I think. Anyway, I will post on Twitter when that's happening. My Twitter is at RPG Glory, and then spelled out DOT.com. And that's about it.